The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I haven't been live for 2 weeks, guys. I've been doing a lot of things here in Japan, both boxing and non-boxing related. So it's good to be back. It's good to be seen. If you're watching the playback, smash the like button. If you're stopping in, smash the like button. Listen, guys. Whenever you guys do come in, do me a favor and let me know how the quality is. Like I want to know, like, how is the quality of the video? How is the quality of the audio? Am I clear? Because right now I'm using this pocket Wi-Fi thing, right? So I can only use like 4 gigabytes a day. So I haven't used it today. So I got 4 gigabytes. So how long this lasts me, that's how long I'm going to be live today. So make sure y'all, get your questions in. We're going to talk some boxing. If y'all got any questions that are non-boxing related, feel free to ask me all of those. It's good to be here. It's honestly, guys, it's good to be alive. It's good to be alive, here in Japan thus far. I've had a lot of fun, but I've also had a couple of near-death experiences. If you want to hear that about that, let me know in the comments down below. But, boxing in general has been pretty slow. Like, there hasn't been a ton going on in boxing. We're in that weird period of the year right before the fourth quarter of the year where, you don't get a chance. Like, there's not a whole lot of boxing going on, and it gets really, really slow before it gets really, really busy. So, there hasn't been a ton to talk about in boxing. I've been trying to think of things to talk about. Luckily, there's always prospects and things like that to talk about. So, yeah. But look. Let me give you guys some views of where I'm at. So right now, I'm in Western Japan. All right, I'm in Takamatsu. So these are the views here. I'll give you guys a better view. Look, this is my view right now. I'm just by the water, chilling, getting my day started. I got some videos. I got like 9 videos I gotta edit, and the Seiya Tsutsumi interview. So a lot of work to be done. But I figured before I actually go ahead and get to work on any of that stuff, I'd come in, I'd check in with the fine viewers of True School Sports, talk some boxing, check in, touch base, and see where this live goes. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm using this little pocket Wi-Fi thing. I got 3.9 gigabytes left. So when it runs out, I'll get off here. But let me see. Shout out to Enrique Luna. He says, "Happy Thanksgiving, BT. You're nice and clear." Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. That was my main concern before I went live. Virtuoso says, "Konnichiwa, Brendan." Yes, konnichiwa. Konnichiwa to you, Virtuoso. And arigato for you stopping by. Falling Star, good to see Falling Star in the chat. He says, "How long is your trip, BT? Does the weekend make it longer?" That's a hell of a question. So I have a date in my head of when I'm going to come back. I got I'm thinking maybe roughly a month left. And then I'm going to go back to the States. And then depending on what happens with certain fights in boxing, I may come back here to Japan in February, So we'll see what happens. If a certain fight, I can't say the fight, but y'all can take a guess. If a certain fight winds up getting signed for February here in Japan, I will probably be back here in Japan in February. But probably, I would say early January, I'll be back in the States. And then as far as does the weekend make my trip longer? 1000%. I love the Japanese people, and I've grown a big fondness for the country and the culture these last 2 trips. So I definitely want to see Japan as a country get back on its feet, financially speaking. But yeah, it's helped me. It's helped me extend my trip and get to really appreciate Japan on a much deeper level. Because last time I came here, it was just all about boxing. This time it's been, I've done a lot more with the boxing, but boxing hasn't been the main focus of me coming here to Japan. I came to Japan to creatively recharge, and just think of how I can make the channel better, think about how I can just do better in life and things like that. So it's been good. It's been serving its purpose. But yeah, if y'all got any questions, let me know. And by the way, guys, like I always get the time zones wrong in America, in the East Coast and the West Coast. So let me know, like in the chat, drop down what time is it where you're at, where are you watching from. If y'all got any boxing questions, let me know. Right now, like the only big fights coming up, I know we got Sonny Edwards and Goliath fight here in a couple days. That's more of like a British fight. And then on the 7th, that's like probably to me the real first like big day for the boxing in December. You're gonna have Espinoza and Robesi, Navarrete Valdez, Hitchens Parr, which I'm really excited about. So December 7th is really like when boxing really picks up. And then obviously you got the Inoue fight. You got the Inoue fight on the 24th, which I'm very, 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 very excited about. I can't wait for that fight. Falling Star wants to know, what is your favorite spot that you visited so far in Japan? That's a hell of a question. This time, so like last trip I came like Osaka, Kyoto, Nagoya, Tokyo. That was like those were the places I mainly was at last time. This time it's just been Tokyo and now Takamatsu. I love Takamatsu. Takamatsu is like more my speed, because like Tokyo and Kyoto and Osaka, those are all like big cities, fast paced, which I can handle. But how can you beat this? Look at the water. Look at the water. Look at the boats. They got the mountains and stuff. It's a lot of real natural beauty out here in Takamatsu. It's real calm. You don't feel any stress out here. So I've really fallen in love with the Takamatsu area. You have the udon noodles, the Senuchi udon noodles, which are pretty good. Which, they have udon noodles in other parts of Japan, but from what I've been told, it's a little different here in the Kagawa area. So, yeah. Champion wants to know, do you live in Japan now? No, I don't live in Japan, but I am doing an extended stay here. I'll be here till probably early January. So, yeah. I don't live here, I'd have to look, like if I ever did live here, I would have to learn the language because, it's the right thing to do when you move to a new country. You should learn the language of the place you're going to. But nah, I don't live here. Maybe one day. I do feel like I'm not gonna try to force a move to Japan. I feel like I'm gonna let God do what He wants to do. But I do think somehow, some way, boxing may just bring me here full time one day. But we'll see. I always keep my options open. I always keep my heart open to whatever could happen in life. Will you try to see the Inoue fight in a Japanese bar to see the actual power of Inoue in Japan? We'll see, man. We'll see. I don't want to say things before they happen, but there's a good chance. All I'll say is this: there's a high possibility I will be at the fight. That's all I will say. I don't want to say if I'm going or not because I haven't gotten the ticket in my hand yet. But I've been pulling some strings. There's a pretty high chance I'm going to be there at the Ariake Arena to watch the fight. So, God willing, that happens and that falls through, and you guys will be getting some great content if I do wind up going to the fight. But if not, if I can't go to the fight, which I doubt I won't be able to go to the fight, I'm pretty sure this time I'm going to be able to go to the fight. Like, not as media to cover it, but as a fan, I think that I'll be there. What do you think about Shakur versus Floyd Schofield? I like that fight. I think it's an exciting fight. I think it's a better fight than what Shakur has been fighting recently. Like, truthfully, I've been getting tired of Shakur Stevenson fighting the Arta Haratunians and the Toka Khan Clarys and, that caliber of fighters. So, I like the Floyd Schofield fight. Hold on. Where's the pocket Wi-Fi thing? I like the Floyd Schofield fight because, hold on, where'd my pocket Wi-Fi thing go? I like the Schofield fight because, one thing about Floyd is strong. Oh, here it is. Okay, I got it right here. Floyd is strong. Floyd is explosive. Floyd is a naturally bigger guy. And I think Shakur will actually probably fight him in the pocket. Everyone thinks Shakur Stevenson's going to run away from Floyd Schofield. I don't think so. I think early on if they do fight, like in the early rounds, Shakur will definitely be patient and box. But by the middle rounds, later rounds, Shakur is going to be in the pocket fighting Floyd Schofield. I think he's going to do a lot better in the pocket than people think because Floyd Schofield can't fight on the inside. Floyd Schofield showed it against Rene Talese-Garon, and he resorts to holding. So I think it's an exciting fight. It's definitely better than what Shakur's been doing. I respect Floyd Schofield and his dad for actively seeking the fight and not just selling wolf tickets to the boxing public. Hopefully, the people in the suits, Oscar De La Hoya, Eddie Hearn, all parties involved. Hopefully, they do what's right and they go ahead and they get this thing over the line and they finalize it for the boxing fans because it's a good fight. If we're not gonna get Shakur versus Tank or anything like that, or Shakur versus Devin, then I don't think this is bad. I think this is a good fight, and you gotta respect Floyd Schofield for actively seeking this fight. But shout out to everybody here. Make sure you smash that like button, run it up. Make sure you guys subscribe. Definitely super chat. We're here. We're here in Japan. First live in 2 weeks, so I'm gonna try to go as long as possible before my pocket Wi-Fi gives out on me. But let me see. Sean Burke says Ruzicki is coming up. It's coming up on December 7th. Hope you're tuning in, my friend. Everyone is fighting December 7th. Richardson Hitches, Liam Parle is fighting December 7th. That's probably the fight I'm most excited about December 7th. Robeisy Ramirez is fighting Espinoza. You got Valdez Navarrete, the rematch, and then now that fight too. So I'm only one man. I'm gonna try to watch it because I'm a big Ryan Ruzicki fan. Huge, love watching him fight. I love everything he stands for as a fighter. I'll definitely try to tune in, and if I don't tune in, I'll definitely catch the playback and watch and make a video about it, And shout out to Ryan Ruzicki. Ryan Ruzicki randomly followed me on Instagram about a week or two ago, so shout out to him. Oh shit, you're staying there till Christmas? I'll be here till New Year's. I'll be here probably till past New Year's. I'll be here into 2025. Do you have connections to Golden Boy? Ryan Garcia is planning to fight in Japan next. Ryan Garcia is planning to fight in Japan next month. Maybe try to get a press pass. I already reached out to Golden Boy about that. They don't have any control over that, and apparently there's a whole dispute going on with Ryan Garcia and Golden Boy Promotions because Golden Boy Promotions has first and last say on the rights to his fights, and there's a whole big conflict there. So that exhibition might not even happen, but I already reached out to the lady from Golden Boy. Her name is Jane Murica. She's the PR lady there. I emailed her and I asked her, and she said that they don't have any, they have nothing to do with that. So, I honestly, like, Ioka's fighting Putin Martinez I think the next day or the same day. I want to go to that fight. I actually rather go to that fight because that's the real boxing. I'm not really too concerned about Ryan Garcia. Look at this big ass boat. Look at that boat. It's a big. Lot of beautiful scenery here in Japan. It's like there's beauty at every turn when you go to Japan. There's always something cool at every turn here. That's what I like about Japan. Idiocy says, I love the Valdez Navarrete fight. The first fight was real fun. The second fight, I think, Oscar Valdez is gonna fight even harder to get the win. I don't know if he has enough gas in the tank to go through that again. But I hope he tries to maybe box a bit more because you're not gonna outfight Navarrete. You gotta pick your spots. You gotta mix up. You gotta box him in spots, and you gotta, counter him in spots. You gotta be smart. De La Hoya said he's gonna sue Ryan for making the fight without Golden Boy. Well, yeah, cause okay, if he didn't go through Golden Boy to make the fight happen, and it's in the contract, then it's a breach of contract. So contractually speaking, Oscar does have grounds to sue Ryan Garcia. But it's like, come on, like at the same time, it's like Ryan is on a 1-year suspension. He's trying to stay busy and do something constructive with his time. Let the kid do something constructive with his time. Come on, don't get in the way of what the kid wants to do while he's on suspension. Shout out to Falling Star. He says, I'm planning to see the Dodgers and Cubs games in Japan if it happens in January. Yeah, my translator, my good friend Taihei, he was telling me about that he wants to go see that. It's in the Dodgers and Cubs. And is it in January? Because I thought it was like in April or March. I want to come back to Japan probably next year during baseball season. I want to come watch. I want to go to I want to go to as many stadiums in Japan as possible. I want to go to I want to go see the Hanshin Tigers, Oryx Buffaloes, Yokohama Bay Stars, all the stadiums, But yeah, fingers crossed. Though I have reason to believe. I don't want to make any promises because I haven't gotten the ticket in my hand. But I have a pretty strong connection. I won't say who it is, but I have a pretty strong connection who's assured me that I'm getting a ticket to the fight. So I don't believe it quite yet all the way, but I don't think this guy will lie to me. So. Fingers crossed, because I do want to go to the fight. I want to experience, an Inoue fight here in Japan. Because who knows? He may not fight here in Japan for a long time. Maybe with the Riyadh season thing in Turkey, Al Sheikh, maybe he winds up going to fight in Saudi. Maybe he comes to the States. Maybe he has a 2 or 3 fight run where he's not fighting in Japan. So who knows? You don't know the future holds, because his star power is so big. Everybody wants a piece of him. Like what did Rick Laser say that one time? Rick Laser said, that Inoue is so popular. He's got like 3 promoters. He's got Ohashi, he's got Mr. Honda, he's got Bob Arum. Everyone's promoting Inoue. And the crazy thing is, he could have 3 hands in his pocket and still have hella money left over. So that shows you the amount of money that he makes, you know, for promoters and things like that. But yeah, man, boxing needs to pick up. I'm not really like a big fan of this time of year, because the holidays are here, and then like, you know, that kind of screws my schedule. But like this has been unique. You know, being in Japan around the holidays has been very, very unique. You know, I don't really have like, how do I say it? I don't have like family to like that comes to my house and I gotta change my schedule. Like I can kind of do what I want, which is kind of cool. I like this. I like having my free time on the holidays. But yeah, it's your boy BT, Brennan Taylor, the Untouchable, True School Sports Empire. Let's go walk around. Let's do some walking. Let's do some walking around, and you guys can go ahead and give me your thoughts while I walk around Takamatsu. I might sit down though again because it's pretty nice. Fighter of the year for me. That's a great question. I think a lot of people are going to wait to see what happens with Usyk and Fury. But for me, my fighter of the year is Daniel Dubois. I think Dubois has had the best 2024 any fighter can have, really. I mean, he went into 2 fights. He went into the Anthony Joshua fight as an underdog. Knocked him out at Wembley Stadium. Went into... Actually, no, I'm going to go back to my spot. I liked where I was sitting better. He went into the Hrgovic fight as an underdog and knocked him out. And, you know, like how... Those are 2 of the strongest names in the heavyweight division you could beat. And he's a champion. He's a legitimate champion in the division now. So it's like, I know Usyk and Fury is like are the bigger fights, and generally speaking, they give the biggest... they give the fighters who perform well in the biggest fighter of the year. But for me... Daniel Dubois had a banner year in 2024. If I had a vote for fighter of the year, that would be my vote. Obviously, Usyk deserves consideration. Obviously, Usyk deserves consideration if he beats Fury. I think he'll probably win it if he beats Fury. I can't give it to Inoue because he was too big of a favorite in those fights. You know, not his fault. He just, you know, he needs to move up. I would throw in Angelo Leo just because Angelo had 3 fights this year. He had fought 4 times in a 1-year period. He knocked out Venado Lopez as a 4-1 underdog in the knockout of the year. He would get honorable mention, but for me, my fighter of the year would be hands down Daniel Dubois. Just because to go into those 2 fights, to go into the Joshua fight as an underdog, the Hrgovic fight as an underdog, you know, this is a guy that had a reputation in his career for being a quitter, for being soft. And he showed in this 2024 that he's many, many things, but soft he is not. So I'll go with Dubois. What's the temperature right now? I have no idea. It's not like that. It's not that cold, but it's not that hot either. It's kind of in the middle. So I don't know. They do everything in Celsius here, so I don't even know. I don't know how to calculate Celsius. And who has been hurt the most in the pound for pound rankings this year for you, BT? The most? Probably Shakur, because Shakur hasn't been fighting anybody worth talking about for his caliber. And Shakur Stevenson, you know, and then when the one fight he did have, he looked very pedestrian, you know, against Harter. So, yeah. Could you ask Top Rank for a press pass for the fight, BT? I've already went through all that. They don't handle that stuff. They everything is through Ohashi Promotions and things like that. To be honest with you, like I don't really want to cover the fight as a reporter. I'll be honest. I would rather go to the fight as a fan, so I could really appreciate, you know, Inoue. But like I said, there's plenty of things in the works. I can't tell you guys everything going on with the boxing here in Japan, but don't worry, we'll get close to Inoue. I know enough people now, so don't worry. Boxeo Otomiko, saludos. How you doing, champ? Good to see you. Idiocy says that Dubois deserves it. I think so. For me, I think he should get it. Like, I don't think if Usyk beats Fury, I don't think he's gonna get it. But I don't even care what Usyk does to Fury. Like, all respect to Usyk, he's a great fighter. He's the first undisputed champion. But like, for Dubois to be the underdog twice against those fighters, Hrgovic and Joshua. I mean, Hrgovic and Joshua were supposed to fight each other. That was supposed to be, they were on collision course to fight each other. And Dubois ruined all that, and then he ruined Joshua. So it's like, how do you not give him serious consideration? Maybe they can do for this year what they did a couple, like 30 years ago. Because I remember there was one year, I think in the 80s, I'm going to say it was like 1981 or 1982, Ring Magazine gave Sugar Ray Leonard and Salvador Sanchez Fighter of the Year at the same time. So, what is the coolest, newest gym you've seen, BT? That's a good question. I really enjoyed the Kato Ebi boxing gym. I went there like a week ago. The Kato Ebi boxing gym. That's where Seiya Sutsumi trains. It's in Toshima, Tokyo, Japan. I was there. I really like that gym a lot. I'm not going back to Tokyo for like 2 weeks. So when I go back to Tokyo, I'm gonna go pay a visit to Watanabe Gym, and then probably Ohashi. I'm probably thinking I'll be at Ohashi. I just don't know when I'll be at Ohashi yet. So yeah, Watanabe Gym is probably the next gym I'm gonna go to, and then I'll probably be back in another couple weeks. But and if not that gym, if I don't go to that gym, you know, I'm in Takamatsu right now, and Takamatsu is very close to this city called Okayama. And Okayama is where Seigo Yuri Okui trains, so I might try to go get an interview with him. So we'll see. Like I said, you don't know. I never know from day to day where this boxing journey is going to take me. You know, many years ago, when I was young, like when I was younger, when I was 20, 21, 22, I was in my room talking into a camera like this about boxing videos. I never thought I would be in, you know, Takamatsu, Japan. I didn't know where the hell Takamatsu, Japan was till like a year ago. So it's like, you never know in life where things are going to take you. I'm just going to make sure that day in and day out, I do what I got to do, and then let God do the rest, and we'll see what happens. Did you see the Inoue Neri documentary where Bob Arum predicted the 6th round KO when he was talking to the top ranks? Yeah, I watched it. I watched it back in August when it first came out. They were scared though. Like when Neri clipped his ass, they were a little scared, you know. But luckily for them, he came back up off the canvas, and then he went and he knocked him out. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I still got to watch the Sinisa Estrada one. I think they had one about Tyson Fury, but the Inoue one was the only one that I watched. You know? Skywalker, Boxing Media, tip of the cap to you, champ. Hope all is well out in New Mexico. I hope everything's good with you and your family. Al the Pal, what's good? Yeah, I'm in Japan right now, and I'm not just in Japan. I'm in a part of Japan that a lot of Americans don't come to. I'm in Takamatsu, which Takamatsu is like Western Japan. Like most Americans, they come to like Tokyo, they go to Kyoto, they go to Nagoya, they go to Yokohama, they go to the big cities. This is like more like it's a small island, West Japan, very calm, very tranquil, very beautiful. A lot of mountains and things like that. So I found my little spot to talk to you guys. I'm gonna talk to you guys. You know. Yeah, y'all got any questions, let me know, man. I'm here. Everyone always complains and they say, oh, True School, you don't go live no more. You don't come talk to us no more. Well, I'm here. You got my time now. You got my time, so go ahead and fire away. Ask whatever you want. Smash the like button, super chat, all that stuff. How's my diet in Japan? It's pretty good. You know, Japan, one thing I like about Japan is they have these big old water bottles, and the water bottles in these stores, I'm talking about 2-liter water bottles. You can get them in the store for like maybe like 100 yen, which is like nothing. It's like, I'm not even sure. That's not even like $1. That's like 50 cents. So yeah, I mean, I've been drinking a lot of water. I've been eating like the udon noodles, which are pretty good. Been eating like a lot of the chicken and stuff. I've been eating pretty good out here, you know, and relatively healthy. I see you climbing that mountain the other day. Nice views. Yeah, man. So for those that don't know, who don't follow me on Instagram, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at JustAKidFromDania. But the other day, I climbed this mountain called Mount Ishizuchi, and it's 6,503 feet. I got all the way to the highest peak, so I climbed all 6,503 feet, and it's the highest mountain in Western Japan. So that was pretty cool. It was the scariest thing I ever did because, you know, like there's a part of the mountain like you hike about 70% of the way up the mountain, but like the other 30%, they have these chains that extend from the top of the mountain all the way down, and you got to pull yourself up on these chains. And I didn't have hiking shoes on. I had basketball shoes with no spikes in the bottom for grip. So like if I would have fallen from the damn chains, I would have like got really injured or probably died. So it was crazy. But I climbed it. I'm sad. I just bought a $100 ticket and lost. SMH first and last probably. Yeah, it sucks to hear, man. I hope you get your money back. Champion says, we're here. I'm a boxing nerd. Me too. And shout out to all the tip of the cap to all the boxing degenerates and boxing nerds around the world. We here live from Takamatsu, Kagawa, Japan. Damn, be careful, my dude. Yeah. I mean, that wasn't the first. That was like the mountain thing wasn't that. I mean, it was frightening, and I did a lot of praying while I was climbing the mountain. But it's not even the scariest near-death experience I had in Japan. I had a crazier near-death experience in Japan. I'll tell you guys about that in a second. Let me get to these comments. Boxeo Otameko says, which boxers the Japanese chose the most in your opinion? What is the conversation of Japanese boxers in all of America? So I don't completely understand the question, but I'll try to answer what I think you're asking me. Which boxers do the Japanese choose the most in your opinion? Oh, like which boxers from America do Japanese fighters like the most? A lot of Japanese fighters like Terrence Crawford and Gervonta Davis. Those seem to be the popular fighters. Terrence Crawford, Gervonta Davis. Yeah. As far as like, I don't understand the question, but Takuru Boxing says, and shout out to my man Talkers. He says, I heard Angelo's heading to 3150 fight card. I hope you're good, my man. Yeah, I've heard the same thing. That's why I'm saying, you know, if that news is true, I'm gonna be coming back here. Probably in February. That's what I've been hearing, but nothing confirmed yet. Taiko TV says, damn, my guy, you finna be a Japanese citizen soon. Salute. Shit, you know, I don't rule it out. I would have to learn some Japanese. You know, I don't know a ton of Japanese. I know arigato, I know konnichiwa. I know I just learned semase, which means like excuse me. So I'm getting there. Cash Cow, shout out to you in Australia. I ain't that far from you now. You know, Australia and Japan is pretty, like, it's not like close, but you know, I know a lot of Japanese fighters in Australia. How are things? Things are good, man. I'm here in Japan. I'm just been recharging, been thinking about a lot of things in life and boxing and doing some things in boxing. So it's been a pretty productive trip. Fighting Harada. Yep, shout out to Fighting Harada. How long have I been in Japan? So I got to Japan on November the 5th. So I've been here like 3 weeks. You know, I've been here like 3 weeks and some change now. It's been pretty good. Pull you a Japanese chick, get her a green card. You a 10 out there to them. I'm a 10 anywhere. What you talking about? I'm a 10 anywhere. But funny enough, like there was one night, I'll tell you guys a story before I get back to the questions. I'll tell you guys a story. So I went to this lounge. I was in Shinjuku, Tokyo, and I went to this lounge, and I met a half Colombian, half Japanese chick, and I had a lot of fun. And I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. I had a whole lot of fun. He said, haha, I heard January. I guess we'll see. I hope you're right. I hope it is in January. Because if it's in January, I don't gotta go back to the States and then come back here. I could just stay here through my whole 90-day visa that I have. So hopefully, I hope you're right. I want you to be right. Who is my favorite new people that I met so far? That's a great question. So I'll say I met Seiya Susumi. That was pretty cool. I met Jin Sasaki at this show that I went to in Shinjuku. I met my boy Issei Nakaya. He runs one of the boxing gyms out in Tokyo. Good friend of mine. Him, the Japanese Colombian girl from the lounge. She was nice. I liked her. And then I went to this like place here in Takamatsu. It's like a place where everybody meets on Saturdays and they just have fun and they grill and they eat stuff and they eat and they drink. Everyone there was cool too. So I met a lot of good people. I can't even remember all the people that I met. Did you see the Shu Otsuki versus Katsuya? No, I didn't see the fight. I was supposed to go to the fight. That was the one that, if I'm not mistaken, that show is at Corkin Hall. I didn't see it, but I was supposed to go, and I wound up not going because 2 nights before it happened, I blew a bunch of money I wasn't supposed to blow. But it was good. He said both got knocked down multiple times. No, I didn't. I'm gonna watch it, but I was supposed to go. I was pissed that I couldn't go because my dumbass went to this lounge and blew a bunch of money because I was having fun with all these girls and shit. But anyway, that's life. You win some and you lose some. So yeah, it's been a good trip. What do you think about Gary Anton Russell and Ryo fighting? It's a good fight. The winner gets Tank. I made a video about it. I'm gonna edit it later and post it, but I'll talk about it here. It's a good fight. You know, I have mixed feelings about it because I don't think that Gary, or I don't think that a fighter coming off of a loss should get rewarded with a title shot. But you know, it happens in boxing at times. But I do think it's a good fight. I think it's a very dynamic fight. You know, Gary Anton Russell has really good hand speed, can punch. Ryo Valenzuela, he's more of the bigger puncher as far as like a single shot puncher. So I think you'll get a lot of good exchanges. It's a southpaw on southpaw matchup, so maybe the feel out process won't be as long as as it's supposed to be. It's an explosive fight. I like it. I like the fight a lot. I just kind of wish Gary was coming off of a win and not a loss, because I just don't like when fighters get title shots coming off losses. But other than that, it's a good fight. Shout out to my boy Johnny. He says, Happy Turkey Day. Yeah, Happy Turkey Day to you too, Johnny. Love you. Hope all is well. And yeah, hope everything's good with your family. Shout out to Daniel Cortillo. Hola, Chris. Shout out to your mom. All that stuff. Hope all is well. Do you think Netflix will continue to invest more in boxing? Hopefully not, because their streaming was trash. Netflix was trash. Like the streaming was trash. So they gotta fix their streaming, or fix their servers, or fix whatever they had going on, because a lot of people were really pissed off that they couldn't get a clear picture of the Jake Paul fight. So, you know, tighten up Netflix. But yeah, maybe it all depends on Jake Paul. Jake Paul is the economy for Netflix. He is the moneymaker for Netflix. It's all dependent upon, you know, him and what he does. So if he continues to box and wants to do fights on Netflix, then I guess there will be more fights on Netflix. Maybe he'll fight Roy Jones Jr. next on Netflix. Johnny said, that's not what I said. I know that's not what that's not completely what you said. But yeah, we here, Takamatsu. You know what? I'm gonna go get a snack. Let me go ahead and go get a snack. I'm gonna go get a snack while I'm talking to you guys. You guys want to go to Family Mart? Where should we go? You guys want to go to Family Mart or Lawson? You know, I'll make sure I don't talk as loud. But you guys want to go to Lawson or Family Mart? These are like popular Japanese convenience stores. Let's go to Lawson and Family Mart. Give you guys a little taste of Japanese culture while I'm sitting here. Oh my God. Oh, okay, so listen, shout out to my man Felipe out in Texas for the $99, basically $100 super chat. This live has been brought to you in part by Felipe. Felipe, what's good? What's good, man? How you living? As you can see, I'm not in America, I'm in Japan. God dang, $100? Shit. This might wind up being a 4-hour live now just because of Felipe. But what's good, Felipe? How you been? And now I'm in Japan, you know, creatively recharging. Been getting some boxing stuff done. Been to a couple shows. Been to like 2 gyms so far. Right now, it's not like 100% finalized, but it looks like I'm probably gonna get a ticket to the Inoue fight. So fingers crossed on that one. Yeah, it's been pretty good. Let me see. Have I seen 7-Eleven stores in Japan? Yeah, you can't miss them. There's hella 7-Elevens. You got 7-Eleven, You got, so in Japan, the 3 main convenience stores, you got 7-Eleven, you got Lawson, and then my personal favorite, which is the real convenience store, is Family Mart, which is what I'm looking for right now. You know, let's go for a stroll. Japan. One thing about Japan too, guys, that's so much different than the States is how clean it is. Like, I've been to a lot of cities in Japan. Look here. Get the camera off me. Look. We'll get the camera off me, and then we'll give you guys some views of. I think we're in downtown Takamatsu. Which way? We'll go this way. Let's go this way. But yeah, man, y'all got boxing questions? Leave them down below. Smash that like button. All that stuff. Let me see. Did I miss it? I know I missed some comments. Who should Canelo fight in May? That's a hell of a question because 168 is pretty. You know, it's not a great division right now, especially with Morrell and Benavidez moving out of it. So not like he was gonna fight those guys. Maybe he could fight. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. 168 is pretty terrible. I can't even give you an answer. How do you think Tank would match up against Stanionis? The reason I ask is because he's sturdy as hell, and according to Tank fanboys, everyone is scared of him. Everyone is scared of Tank? Everyone's not scared of Tank. I think guys make stupid decisions to not fight him, but I wouldn't say they're scared of him. As far as Stanionis, I think Stanionis is sturdy enough to hold up to Tank's power. I mean, oh, there it is. So I'm gonna ask the chat. Should we go to 7-Eleven or do you guys want to go to Family Mart? 7-Eleven. Look, there's 7-Eleven right there. Should we go to 7-Eleven? Because there's something like specific I'm gonna get when I go to 7-Eleven. Let me see where we're at with this pocket Wi-Fi. Okay, so we're at 79.9. So I still got what 3 gigabytes. So all right. Fuck it, we'll go to 7-Eleven. Am I planning on seeing Ioka fighting? I want to. I gotta hit up the Shisha boxing gym and those people and see what I can do. But let's go to 7-Eleven. Fuck it. Come on. All right. Where's 7-Eleven? Here we go. So guys, this is what I came for right here. This is my favorite candy. This is my favorite candy in the whole world. Candamania. It's like a soda candy, soda flavored candy. I get this a lot, but like, here's a bunch of other Japanese candies and things like that. For those of you who ever wanted to know what 7-Eleven, this is pretty good too. This is like African chocolate, so that's pretty good. Yeah, they got a lot here. A lot of good things in here. I would definitely say 7-Eleven in Japan is better than 7-Eleven in the States because they just got better products and they don't actually a lot of stuff you eat in Japan, even like fast food, it's not heavy, it's not like it's more natural. So let me see, who do I have in Hitchens versus Parle? I got Liam Parle in that fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight. It's a close 50-50 fight, but I just think Liam Parle is the more well-rounded boxer. Hitchens is great. He's got a world-class jab, but he don't got much of anything else. And he's a bit of a front runner too. Your favorite Tokyo location? A lot of them. I like Shinjuku. I like Otaku. I like Toshima. I like Uenyo. I like a lot of places in Tokyo. I mean, I would probably say Otaku's my favorite because that's why I stayed a lot. Ota City, but there's a lot. It's hard to pick just one. Have I tried a Japanese burger chain? Yeah, I've been to Moe's Burger. I've been to Freshness Burger. I gotta go to a lot of. I have to go to like Shogun Burger. I gotta go to Ikebukuro number 18. That's another burger place. So yeah. Felipe said, where's Felipe's comment? He said, I'm good. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you too, Felipe. Thank you for stopping by. Who was it? Who was it that asked me about Have you seen any of the Japanese national amateur tournament going on right now? Ryota Tsutsumi Hada's little brother is turning pro. No, I haven't seen it. I didn't even know what's going on right now, to be honest with you. BT, is fake Nello popular in Japan? I mean, I'll be honest. I've been to some Japanese boxing shows, and I've talked to people in Japan about Canelo. Ain't nobody, or not, I've been talking to people in Japan about boxing, and nobody's mentioned Canelo to me. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's not popular. The only way to find that out is to see if how he would do when he fights here. All right, so I'm gonna get this too, because this is good stuff right here. I'm gonna get this too. All right. All right, hold on, guys. Okay. Konnichiwa. There you go. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, arigato. Oh. All right. All right. All right, so I got what I need here. Wasn't too bad. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. It's your boy BT, the Untouchable, True School Sports Empire. Yeah, we're just walking right now. We're walking through Takamatsu. So if y'all got any boxing questions, go ahead, ask them. I see like a little area to go sit down, so I'm gonna go sit down again and enjoy my snacks. Are you planning to go to a Tokyo nightclub? I've already went. I've been to 2 of them already. The first one was in Shibuya, but I can't remember the name of it. But I went to this like one nightclub, and they had like a DJ. They had like a DJ, and they had like this Japanese rapper. I didn't know what he was saying, but I had a great time. I was there from like 11 at night to 3:30 in the morning. So I did that one night, and then there was another night when I went to that lounge where I met the Colombian girl. So that's really been my club experience in Japan, but it was fun. I had a lot of fun. Some would say too much fun, you know. Are the trains in Japan? Are the trains as amazing as? Yes, they are. They are. There's different kinds of trains. Like they have. So like right now, for example, I'll show you a train station. I'm actually near a train station. So hold on. So where is it? So the train station is right over there. So the main train in Japan to get from city to city, like regionally and stuff, is the JR train, Japan Railways. JR is an acronym for Japan Railways. It's right, they got it right over there. So that's the main train. But then you also got like the bullet train, or it's called the Shinkansen or something like that. That's a little faster. So if you, like let's say if you're going from Tokyo to Osaka, you would take the Shinkansen train. I think I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's a bullet train. You would take that train. And then you'll have like, if you come in from like the airport and you want like an express train, they call that's called the Skyliner. So yeah, it's a train station right here. And they're very good. Japanese trains are the best. And they're always on time too. Sorry if you answered this, just tuning in, coming to Japan to see the Nishida fight in Osaka and the Inoue Aoka fight in Tokyo. Will I see you at any of these cards? I can't really say for Ioka because I gotta go contact someone. I want to cover the fight, and if not, I'll probably buy a ticket to that fight. But as far as Inoue, I mean, I haven't physically got my ticket yet, but I got confirmation from a very, very strong connection in Japanese boxing that I got my Inoue ticket. So we'll see. I believe him. I believe him, but it's just one of those things I'm gonna wait and see until I finally see the ticket. But yeah. In a way, I'm thinking for sure. And as far as Nishida, when is Nishida fighting? He fights in Osaka. When is Nishida fighting? I'd love to go see Nishida fight. Have you heard that Skull is going to have a rematch against Shishkin? I think Skull will win again if Shishkin brings the same game plan as the first fight. I honestly thought that I thought Shishkin had a case to win the first fight. I think they did him wrong, to be honest with you, in the first fight. It could have went either way, but I think he probably could have got a decision in that fight. And then as far as my man Sillery Bay's comment, Nishida fights December the 15th, so that's in 2 weeks. Nishida's on December 15th, so I'll look into it. I'll love to go. I know December 14th in Nagoya, Kento Hatanaka's fighting. I was actually planning on going to that because I like Kento a lot, and I'm good. I have good connections with people at the Hatanaka boxing gym, so I wanted to go to that show. But you know, I won't rule out Osaka. I like Osaka. Is Angelo Leo on vacation? Fuck no, he's not on vacation. No way. He's in training right now for his next fight, which I've been hearing things about, you know, from him, you know, and from people in boxing as well. But I'm waiting for it to be finalized. I want to see it be finalized. So God willing, it gets finalized so I can know what I'm doing. Cool. You lucked out with the Inoue Lotto. Hope to see you there. Yeah, I hope to see you there as well. When I have my ticket, like when I physically see my ticket that I'm getting, and I know it, I'll make a post. I'll make a video, and I'll make a community post about it so that you guys know I'm going to the Inoue fight for sure. But I'm pretty sure I'll be there. But shout out to everybody here. It's your boy BT, the untouchable True School Sports Empire. We're live right now, walking and talking boxing, walking and talking Japan, walking and talking about life here in beautiful Takamatsu, Kagawa, Japan. All right, so if y'all got any questions, go ahead and leave them down below. I want to sit somewhere though, because I want to eat my snacks. Since you experienced more Tokyo, is it a top 5 city you ever experienced? Yes. Oh my God. Tokyo might be the best city of all time. I mean, it's in the running. I love Tokyo. Tokyo, obviously, anywhere in South Florida, because I'm biased and South Florida is beautiful. So Tokyo, South Florida, San Diego, Chicago, and 5 will probably be a tie between, like, not in any order, but like I would put Takamatsu, where I'm at now, and Osaka also. Those are like my favorite cities. Maybe like Santa Fe, New Mexico, I liked a lot too. He said, don't mention the best cities in the world until you mention Edinburgh. Yeah, I gotta go to Edinburgh next time I go to Europe, which I don't know when that's gonna be, but hopefully it's sometime in the near future. I got unfinished business in Europe. Let me see. Do you want to try a pro wrestling event? I know they're having their biggest wrestling show in January. It's not like on the top of my list to go to like a New Japan wrestling show, but I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't rule it out. I would love that's like an extra. Like I'm not really like too concerned about going to a wrestling show, but it'd be cool. Let me see. Yeah, man. I think it was Tucker said that Sonny Edwards is gonna beat the brakes off Galayo Fight. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see, man. I don't have like a strong opinion on the fight. I just want it to be a good fight. He should beat Galayo Fight. He's got more professional experience. Galal, in the couple of fights I've seen him in, he still has amateur habits he hasn't gotten rid of. So Sonny should be able to he should be able to leverage his experience into a pretty a win, I think. Are the Inoue tickets for sale? They're like, Felipe, they're like, they have a different system over here. So like to get an Inoue ticket, you have to enter this lottery system, and then you have to win the lottery system. You have to win a lottery, and then you have to pay for the ticket. Now me, I'm a little lucky because I have a friend who has a fighter on the undercard who's getting tickets. So he's gonna give me one supposedly, which I'm holding out. I believe him. I don't think he's lying to me, but you know, it's just one of those things I'm gonna wait to see. You know, but generally speaking, yeah, you gotta enter the lottery, and then you have to win the lottery, and then once you win the lottery, you can purchase your ticket. That's how it goes. I don't have to do that, luckily, because I'm blessed and people like enough influential people in the world like me rambling about boxing to help me out. But you know, that's generally how it goes. For like, bro, will you be attending the Inoue card and Ioka Martinez 2 card? I'm definitely gonna be. I think I'm gonna be be attending the Inoue card and Ioka Martinez. That one's up in the air. If I can't cover the fight as a media member, I will definitely be buying a ticket because that's a smaller fight. They're having it at Ota City General Gymnasium, which I've always wanted to go to a fight there because most of the time when I come to Japan, that's why I stay in that area. So it's like, I'd love to go there. So we'll see. Are the Inoue events the only events to hold a lottery system to get tickets for his fights? No, they have lottery systems they have lotteries for other fights too. But I know, like at Corkin Hall, like the smaller like club shows, like Corkin Hall, they don't have a lottery system. You can just buy the tickets outright. But he's a big deal, and they have a lottery system for his fights. So it's kind of crazy. If you don't get your ticket, I got you, bro. Just get me a shirt from the venue. Okay, I got you. Just go ahead and cash at me, and I got you. I got you. But yeah, the plan is, guys. I do want to cover. I do want to be at both these fights. Right now we're not even in December, and I'm not even in Tokyo right now, so I can't even. It's hard for me to say what I'm doing right now. You know, I'm just taking it one day at a time, enjoying life. I'm gonna enjoy these candies eventually, but right now I'm enjoying talking to you guys. Sonny made Yafai look like he's never boxed before in the ABAs. Yep, I've seen some clips. That was a long time ago, though. You know, fighters they mature, so I don't put too much stock into fights that people had when they were kids. But yeah, I did see it, and he did do that. Will I try to talk to Bob Arum if I get the Inoue ticket? Not really. I mean, I talk to Bob in America whenever I cover Top Rank shows. So I mean, if I see him, I'll say hi, I'll say what's up. But I guess not like eager to talk to Bob Arum. I can talk to Bob Arum in America. I want to talk to people that I can't talk to because I'm in America. I want to talk to the Japanese. You know? Yeah. Where is everybody watching from? What city, what state, what continent? One thing about Japan, for those of you who have never been to Japan, the streets here are like super narrow. Like, look, this is like a regular street in Japan. Like, they're all narrow as fuck. Super narrow. Anyway, let me cross the damn street. Leo versus Ball in the UK. Why would Angelo have to go to the UK to fight Nick Ball? He need to bring his little ass to Albuquerque. Yeah, we the A side. Yeah. I don't know. I'm talking shit. I don't know. That fight's not happening next. I'll tell you that. Angelo's not fighting Nick Ball next. That much I do know. I know who his opponent is, and I know where it might be happening, but I don't know when. I don't know. That's what I'm waiting for. I know the opponent. I know where. I just need to know the when. Please let me know the when already. I need Top Rank to stop being so damn slow and announce the shit already. What is the most fight I'm excited for the most in 2025? Angelo Leo's next fight. That's the one I'm excited for the most. But apart from Angelo, I'll say Morel Benavidez, Fulton versus Figueroa 2. Fulton Figueroa 2. What else? I mean, if they could actually go ahead and make like, because everyone got all pissy when I made that video about how I was saying Boots and Virgil should be in America, and they said, "Oh, BT, boxing's a global sport. It's a global sport, not an American sport." you should be excited the fight's happening. Well, guess what? The fight isn't happening. The fight's not finalized. So when the fight gets finalized, I'll be excited about that fight, even though it's gonna be in Saudi and it should be in America. But you know, Tomoki Kameda, right? Possibly. We'll see. I'm not here to break no news, but we'll see. I'm gonna let Top Rank do that. I'm waiting for Top Rank to do that. Not True School. Pamaroon, what's good, champ? He says, BT, happy Thanksgiving. Is Shields a bitter or frustrated champion as she appears to not be wearing it well? I just think, like, I understand her frustration because, let's be real, I know people don't like her because she can be a bit overbearing at times, but she's a great fighter. Like, she's truly, like, one thing about Claressa Shields. One thing about Claressa Shields is any kind of shit she's talked from the Olympics to now, she's backed it up every single time. You know, they matched her tough early in her career. You know, like, for example, her pro debut was against Franchon Cruz. Franchon Cruz went on to become a world champion. Good fighter. I think she is the greatest women's fighter of all time. Whether people like it or not, she's the greatest women's fighter of all time. 2-time gold medalist, was it 3-time undisputed champion. There's literally nothing left for her to do in women's boxing. That's how good her career has been. There's not a single thing left for Claressa Shields to accomplish in women's boxing. You know, at this point, if she continued to box, it would be a waste of time because she's done everything there is to do. That's the stone cold truth about Claressa Shields. She should go make movies or get married or have a family or some shit. That's what she should go do. So I think she's got a right to feel how she's feeling because, like, you know, she's watching Katie Taylor and Amanda get all these views and respect and recognition, and she's gotten recognition herself, but not to that level and not to that degree. So I understand it, but she should be happy. She shouldn't be angry or jealous of what they've gotten. She should be secure with what she's accomplished and her place in the sport and her contribution to the sport, and be happy for them. Be happy that women's boxing's growing and things like that. But you know, that's just how it goes. I haven't told him, Hand History Vault, I haven't told him because I haven't really had a chance to talk to Angelo too much in the last couple weeks. But when I do talk to him, I'll let him know that good old Hand History Vault put him in the top 10 pound for pound. That's right. Yes, sir. My feelings on the Katie Amanda fight, I thought it was a great fight. I thought this time, because the first fight, I thought Katie won the fight. Last time I thought Katie won the fight by a point. This time I thought Amanda actually won. And of course, as usual, Katie gets the decision. Katie Taylor always gets decisions in close fights. She's like the Canelo, like, she's not as popular as Canelo, but she always gets the damn close decisions in these fights. It never fails. It never ceases to amaze me. And this is how it goes sometimes. Katie is getting her belt stripped. Who was it mandatory? What are your thoughts on the new WBO rules? Are you talking about the new WBO rule where it states that if you're a top 15 fighter and you turn down a title shot, you get removed from the rankings? If that's the rule you're talking about, I like that rule. I think it's a good rule because I know so many fighters who get offered title shots. I know so many fighters who have a chance to, like, advance their careers in big fights, and you know, their management takes them another direction, and sometimes it's for good reason. Sometimes it does wind up being the right decision for that fighter's career, but it messes up the rankings. It prevents other fighters from gaining momentum. So it's one of those things where I think it could be beneficial to boxing, but it's a rule that could be abused because let's just say the champion makes a ridiculously lowball offer for a world title fight, and then the contender turns it down. Then the champions could abuse that too to duck fights. So it's you got to find a way to police that rule properly and enforce it properly, I think. You're right. I have thought about it. Katie does. Yeah, just like Canelo. Canelo Alvarez does not lose close decisions, close fights. If it's a close fight, it's always going to Canelo. Same thing with Katie Taylor. If it's a close fight, it always goes to Katie Taylor. Both Delphine Persoon fights, both Amanda Serrano fights. There's no way in hell that should have been that Katie Taylor should have had those 4 fights and got out 4-0 in those fights. She should have at least lost one of those fights. Which retired boxer within reason has a real chance to come out in retirement? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. That's not really something I think about, to be honest, Cameroon. Maybe I'll go with Talker's answers. I'll go with Marius Breedis. I'll go with Marius Breedis, and I'll go with Sean Porter. Those are my answers. Because they're both active not too long ago, so I'll go with the guys that are recently retired. Let's see. What else we got? Shout out to everybody here that's rocking with me too while I'm walking and talking here in Japan. Law versus Eubank. That's a great fight. I just got that news like last night. I just seen that news last night. I like that fight. You know, it's good to see Lara having to, you know, fight a legitimate opponent because he's been fighting cans, for lack of a better term, his last couple of fights. And then, you know, Eubank finally took him how many years now? But he's finally in a fight for the world title, which is good. My whole gripe about Eubank is, you know, I like Eubank. I think he's cool. He's a cool guy. I like his fights. You know, I think he's exciting to watch. But he never shows the ambition to do what every boxer should want to do, which is fight for the world title. So I've always had a bit of a frustration with his career, a big frustration with his career. So yeah. Ruzigi versus Peralta, who do I got? I haven't really done enough film study on Peralta to have an opinion. So I'm gonna say I don't have a prediction yet. But I like Ruzigi. I hope Ruzigi comes through when he wins. We're 1 hour in, guys. Make sure you smash that like button. Let me see how this pocket Wi-Fi looks. Pocket Wi-Fi, where we at? 80.2. So is that what? 78 or 79? Oh, okay, we're good still. We're still good. So I can still go for like an hour or more. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rock with you guys for like another hour. So any questions y'all got, anything y'all need answered, feel free to ask. I'll be here. It's good to be seen. Good to be live again. Which fighter has been exposed this year, like the most? Venado Lopez, for sure. Venado Lopez. I'll go with Venado Lopez. I'll go with him. I'll go with Tyson Fury. But I think Venado Lopez is probably number one because Venado Lopez, you know, good fighter, good champion. But, you know, he had a flawed style. And before he fought Angelo, he was running his mouth a lot about fighting Inoue and Espinoza and this, that, and the third, and not taking his appearance, not taking his opponent in front of him, not focusing, and that's why he got put on a highlight reel for life. And then Talker says Tim Tszyu. Fuck, you're right. Unfortunately, you're right. I think Tim Tszyu too. Hold on. Tim Tszyu, unfortunately, got the brakes beaten off of him against Bakaram, who almost nobody ever seen fight because he hadn't been on TV for years and had only a handful of highlights on YouTube. And then the Fundura fight, you know, it's crazy how if he would have just fought Keith Thurman, his whole career would have been in a different space because I think he would have beat Keith Thurman. And, you know, maybe he would have still lost to those guys, but it wouldn't have happened so quickly, you know. He had a lot of momentum. You know, he was Kazu's son. You know, PBC and was putting a lot of money into him, or No Limit Boxing and PBC was putting a lot of money into him. And, you know, that's how it goes. 1 minute in boxing's like life. 1 minute you're up, 1 minute you're down. Before I came to Japan, I was very much down. Now, I'm very much up. Who knows? A day or two from now, I could be very much down again. That's life. That's why you gotta take things for what they are. You know? Enjoy the good moments, enjoy the bad moments, just enjoy all of it. What are your thoughts about February 22nd? If you haven't talked about it already, are you still doubtful about Turkey being involved in boxing? Yes, 1,000%. Yes. I think it's a moment in time. I think Turkey's going to be here for like maybe 4 to 5 years. I'm going to say 4 to 5 years. But at some point, the Saudi money will it won't run dry. Like they're gonna have money, but I think there's gonna come a point where they decide to not invest in boxing no more. That's what I think. I don't think it'll be here for the long haul. It'll be a moment in time, and the Saudis will pack their stuff up and leave. And that's why I'm saying fights like Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz not being in America, I think is bad long term. It's good that it's happening. I'll be happy when it gets finalized, but I think, the UK, America, at some point these places are going to have to start focusing on life after Saudi and Turkey because it's not going to be here forever. But what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a kid from Dania. I don't know shit about boxing. The proposed February 22nd card was better be at Bivol, Boots versus Virgil. I mean, if that proposed card that I've been seeing all over Twitter is gonna happen, it's his best card to date. Got to give him his credit. It's a great card. I like it. Hopefully he gets it done. What do you want me to say? Why does Joshua promote a rag his fighters, but he never rags on the Golden Goose Joshua? Also, who should Joshua sincerely fight next? So, Eddie Hearn doesn't go off on Joshua because Anthony Joshua is the one who made Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn ain't Eddie Hearn without Anthony Joshua. He's still making money hand over fist over Anthony Joshua. And, he's not going to bite the hand that's feeding him. And as far as who should he fight next, I still want to see him fight Phil Hrgovic. I think they're both coming out. They both have lost to the same person in Daniel Dubois. I wouldn't mind them fighting each other. It's a winnable fight for both of them. I still think Phil Hrgovic will beat Anthony Joshua, and I want to see it. So I would like that fight. If not that fight, then I don't know. I don't want to see the Dubois rematch because Dubois beat the shit out of him. Anthony Joshua doesn't deserve a Daniel Dubois rematch. Truth be told, Dubois deserves a challenge for the biggest fights. The Usyk rematch or Fury if he comes out on top. So I would say Hrgovic or Fury. I would like to say Hrgovic, Fury, or Wilder. Those are the three fights I want to see. Yeah, we'll go with those. Jarrell Miller. Actually, put Jarrell Miller to number one. We'll go with Jarrell Miller number one because I always wanted to see Jarrell Miller versus Joshua the first time. Sky Sports didn't even have the common decency to release the Gloves Are Off series that they did. We got a little clip, we got a little snippet of it, but we never got a chance to see the Gloves Are Off. I enjoyed the build-up. I think it was setting up to be a great event for boxing in America, and it's a fight that Joshua can win as well. So Miller, Hrgovic, Wilder, Fury. Those are the four fights I want to see for Joshua. The UK market is completely finished now. We had 3 world title fights on 3 different networks in 3 different cities on one night, May 2023. We've had 3 title fights the entire 2024. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there are going to be some great events. There are some great things that are coming out of Turkey and Riyadh season. I'm not saying it's all bad, but long term, like when you look at the countries' markets that make up boxing, USA and UK are two of the biggest and strongest boxing markets in the world. And with Turkey's presence in boxing, what he's doing is he's slowly but surely sucking the life out of and damaging the UK and USA boxing markets long term. And that's why I'm against it. And that's why I do think that there has to come a point, and it may not be a year or even 2 years, but I'm saying at some point, within the next 3 to 5 years, the Saudis will leave boxing, and Turkey and American and British promoters, I'm not going to say that they're going to regret what they did, but they're going to have to really rebuild from the ground up, everything. It's going to be, the whole market is going to be fucked up. Whose career did Turkey have helped the most? Do you blame the benefit? So as far so when I talk about Turkey being good for certain things and certain fighters, I think he's been the best for guys like Martin Bakole. Fighters like Martin Bakole, fighters like Aji Kabayel. these legitimate contenders in good divisions that are high risk, low reward, that haven't really been afforded the proper opportunities to progress their careers. You know, because of Turkey, Martin Bracoli was able to fight Jared Anderson. G. Caballero was able to fight Makhmudov and Frank Sanchez, and once they got their opportunities, they took advantage of it, and now they're more relevant in the division. Now more people know who these guys are. Now they can still have a career. So I think he's good for certain things and certain fighters, but overall, I don't think he's good, but he's good for those guys. Joe Cordina versus Anthony Kakachi would have been a huge Saturday night main event show in the UK. Would have sold 15,000 tickets. Instead, it was on at 5 p.m. on an undercard that nobody was... Exactly. It was on the undercard of Dubois versus Joshua. And nobody... Like, I was making eggs. I was over there making eggs with freaking cheese when Kakachi and Cordina were fighting. So, yeah, you're right. Compare Clark versus Wardley 1 and 2. One was 20,000 sold out to O2 with 1 million viewers on Sky. The other one was in front of less than 1K who didn't even care. Exactly. Nobody cared about it. And then what's funny, there was a guy in my last video where I was going off about Turkey. There was a guy that was like, you should thank Turkey for all he's doing for boxing. And I'm like, bro, he put on Fabio Wardley and Frazier Clark on pay-per-view in America. Fabio Wardley and Frazier Clark on pay-per-view in America. I guarantee you, if there was 100,000 hardcore boxing fans in America, I guarantee you 15 to 10,000 of them know who Fabio Wardley and Frazier Clark both are. So yeah, that's what it is. Like, he's done some good things. He's put on some big fights, but he's done some really stupid things. And he's doing things that people can't see it now, but he's doing things that are damaging the USA and UK boxing markets long term. And of course, I already know all the responses and all the rebuttals. Of course, the USA, like with Al Heyman and Top Rank and Lou DiBella and all these different types of promoters that weren't doing fights over the years, this is their fault. They created the environment for a guy like Turkey Al-Sheikh to exist. Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren not making the fights happen for the British fans, cross-promotional fights for the British fans, they created the environment for Turkey to exist. So obviously this blood is on their hands, but these are still grown-ass men that in the end, they sold their soul. They bent over, they kissed the ring, and they sold their soul to this man. And that's why we're here. So, Trey Painter says, you are a real one, respect. Thank you, champ. Tip of the cap to you. God bless. Thank you for watching. Which division would you want Turkey to invest in next? I think Turkey should invest into the lower weight classes. Like, I want to see Turkey invest into super flyweight. I want to see Turkey continue to invest in 105, 108, and featherweight. The divisions that actually need the investment. You don't need to invest. I mean, you do need to invest into the heavyweight division to make big fights. But what I'm saying is, these guys in the lower weight classes are getting so underpaid. Like, if you want to really do some fucking good for boxing, keep doing what you're doing with Oscar Collazo and do that for 108 and do that for 115 and featherweight. Then I'll start talking a lot differently. You'll start seeing me talk differently, a little bit differently about Turkey. Protected by Angel says, my guy, enjoy Japan. Keep it up. Keep covering Japan. You want something great, bro. Thank you, man. I think so too. I think I am too. And I'm starting to really catch a rhythm because I once I got here, I took some time off just to enjoy Japan and be to myself. But I'm getting back into the rhythm of just like, not just making content, but like, I think like genuinely like enjoying what I'm doing, because I think once I got to Vegas, just life and shit, I got to a place where I wasn't enjoying what I was doing. So Japan has really given me a much needed recharge thus far. Look at this fella. He's doing well for himself and all that thing. Yeah, I'm doing my thing, man. I'm doing my thing. God has blessed me abundantly, and I got nothing but him to thank for everything good that's happened in my life. And everything bad too, but mostly good, everything. Talker says, it's a story for another day, but this has trickled down to the small hall scene in the UK from someone who's involved in it. It's ruined the market. Exactly. I mean, it's a story for another day, like you said, but I would say, like, my thing is, Turkey Al Sheikh, it's how do I say this? It's like elitist boxing, right? It's only for his shows are only big fights, right? So what's happening is people are getting happy in the short term. They're getting happy in the short term. They're getting their big fights in the short term. But the ones that suffer the most is the small hall shows in the UK and America, grassroots boxing. So those shows aren't being, able to really get people in because everyone just cares about the big shows. And on the big shows, there's not really many prospects that are being built from the scratch or from the ground up. So yeah, there's really no thought about the future. When it comes to Turkey Al Sheikh and Riyadh season, there's no thought for the future. But shout out to all, I guess, 9 of you here? So we're just chilling. 90. What time is it in the States? 9 of you guys are here. Shout out to the 9 of you guys here. Rock with me. Ramble while I just chill and talk to you guys. You do have a bit of a point, BT. Thank you for your insight. Thank you, man. And thank you to everybody that actually listens to me and doesn't just come attack me, because in my video that I did, everyone just kept saying, oh, BT's just being biased for America and he's just hating on Turkey. I don't know the fucking guy. I don't know him. I don't hate the guy. I hate what he's doing. I can't hate him. I don't know him. But I do hate what he's doing to my sport that I love. I love this sport. I think if we could all agree on something, I love boxing. Like on a deep and very profound level. This sport saved my life. I would be dead without boxing. I know a lot of people say that. But like literally, when I was 19 years old, I had a lot of things negative going on in my life. I almost committed suicide. And what saved me from not committing suicide was to go to the boxing gym. That's like the long and the short of it. I owe so much to this sport. So yes, when I see things that I believe and know are not good for the sport long term, I'm gonna call that shit out because I love this sport and I want to see this sport do well. I want to see it thrive. I want to see it thrive in places where it matters. Where does boxing matter? It matters everywhere, but it really matters in places like America. It matters in places like the UK, places with a lot of history, places with a lot of fans, places that sell a lot of tickets. So if there's things being done to damage those markets, you're damaging boxing, a sport that I love and care about very deeply. So, yeah. Yeah, talkers. I got nothing bad. I don't hate the zone. I know people that work at the zone personally, but they don't have a big subscriber base. They don't. And you can't tell me that, oh, all these fights being on the zone is not good, or is good. You can't, because the zone boxing programming in America and all over the world is fucked up. But the zone doesn't really have that subscriber base like that. That's just the truth. So, I hope everything. I'm sure everything will work out in the end. I'm sure the market will correct itself. But right now, I don't like where boxing's heading in the UK and in America. That's just the truth. What do you think about Inoue's long effect on the lower weight division's economics? If he keeps growing his international star power, oh man, he's like the Canelo Alvarez of the lower weight classes as far as money. He's a big money. He's a heavyweight draw. When he fights, it matters in a lot of places. It matters in Japan. It matters in America. It matters everywhere. It matters anywhere and everywhere because he's a great fighter. And one thing about sports and life and boxing is people want to see greatness. So I think economically speaking, to fight Inoue is a lottery ticket. It's a lottery ticket for any fighter money wise, and if you can beat him, obviously it's going to be great for your legacy. You'll be a legend overnight. People say PBC is dying, and shout out to Sylvia Brown, which I know is Hyro. People say PBC is dying, but they can't stop talking about Dave Benavidez is going to lose some morale because he's out of shape. They praise Turkey making big fights. Usyk versus Fury were ducking the mandatories. Facts. That's a big fact. Usyk was supposed to fight Phil Hrgovic. He didn't want to fight Phil Hrgovic. Now obviously, got a point. Sylvia Brown has a point. Shout out to Sylvia Brown. That's right, BT. Talk that talk. When the industry's going left, you talk it right. You got to, man. And that's the thing. It's like, I'm not sitting here professing to be better than anybody, but I am definitely different than a lot of people on YouTube, because a lot of people on YouTube let's have it right. They are bought and they are paid for, and they do have people that stick a key in the back and tell them what to do. And nobody tells BT what to do. Nobody tells me how to live, and nobody tells me how to what I can and can't say on YouTube. And if you do tell me what I can and can't say on YouTube, I'm gonna say fuck you. I'm gonna say what I want to say anyway. So you got to, man. I hope boxing can get to a place where, personally, like I just wish, like, if Turkey is going to be involved in boxing long term, and let's just say I'm wrong, then I would like to see Turkey put fights that belong in America, and put all that great investment that you have, all that money that you have, put it like Boots versus Virgil should be in probably Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay. Put all that investment into advertising the fucking fight in America, their home markets. But again, he's not going to do that because Riyadh season is not about. It's not about boxing. It's not about putting on the best fights. It's about putting on the biggest events to advertise their country, which is different. It's different than just putting on the big fights because you're this big boxing fan. No, he's trying to advertise Riyadh season, Saudi Arabia. He wants you, the people of America or UK or wherever you're at in the world, he wants you to travel to Saudi Arabia and spend your hard-earned money over there. That's why if you go on his Twitter account, you'll see Turkey not just tweeting about boxing. You'll see him tweeting about not just boxing, but you'll see him tweeting about things like shops, things to do in Saudi Arabia that, to spend your money. Because this is about revamping their economy, because the oil, right, the Saudi economy has been based upon and reliant upon oil. Oil is becoming a less dependent resource because you have electric cars and Teslas and things like that. So now they can't just depend on oil as much as they used to. So now they have to diversify the economy, and the way they're diversifying the economy is to, revamp the travel sector, and then they have to change the perception around the world of Saudi Arabia, and the way they're doing that is by having, Cristiano Ronaldo play in Saudi Arabia, big boxing events in Saudi Arabia, Novak Djokovic and all these tennis players in Saudi Arabia, golf in Saudi Arabia. And all that's doing is it's changing the perception of Saudi Arabia. So that's all I'm saying. You can give criticism while also giving somebody praise. Turkey is not all good and not all bad, but of course, not a lot of people here are interested in nuance. No, of course not. That's why, like, when people hear me talk about Turkey, they'll hear all the times I say, "Oh, Turkey is not good for boxing long term," but then they'll disregard when I say Turkey has been great and a savior for fighters like Martin Bakoli and Ajit Kabayel. He's been amazing for those fighters. I'm happy that those guys have had an opportunity because of Turkey. Turkey deserves praise for that, honestly, because Martin Bakoli has been a fighter I love watching fight for years, but I knew for a fact he was never going to get a chance under the landscape of boxing the way it was before Turkey. But because of Turkey, he got a chance not just to get big fights, but he had a chance to fight Jared Anderson, the most hyped up American heavyweight we have, and he beat the shit out of him. And now, believe it or not, you got people in America who want to see Martin Bakoli fight, because now heavyweight boxing fans in America that didn't know about Martin Bakoli before Jared Anderson, now they say, wow, I want to see that guy fight. He can fight his ass off. And that's because Turkey made the fight happen. So he's not all bad. Eddie Hearn is talking about the winner of your fight, Edwards fighting Chinga, but they don't dare mention Ken Sherrill when they're both fighting for the WBC interim belt. That's a great point, Hyro. That's an amazing point. Ken Sherrill has the interim belt. So if either one of these two really wanted some smoke, the winner of this fight should be looking for Ken Sherrill. Now, I will say, I can't speak for Galal Yafai, but I have heard Sonny Edwards say in previous interviews that one of his dreams is to fight in Japan. One of his dreams is to fight Ken Sherrill in Japan. So I think he'd take the fight. I don't know if Galal will, because I never heard him talk about it. But yeah, Eddie Hearn himself, the promoter, the guy that's in charge of making these decisions, he should be talking about Ken Sherrill. He should be calling for that fight. But you already know why he ain't calling for Ken Sherrill. I heard Ken Sherrill was fighting Seigo Yuriakou in February. Is he? That's a good fight. I might be interviewing Seigo Yuriakou soon, because his gym isn't that far from where I'm at right now. So I'm having somebody reach out to Seigo on my behalf, and I'm waiting to get word back from them. So if I interview Seigo Yuriakou, Then maybe I can ask him about that. Eddie Hearn doesn't know who Kenshiro is. Then Eddie Hearn don't pay attention to boxing. How the fuck do you not know who the WBC flyweight champion is? Don't you want one of your guys to be world champion? Yeah, I didn't realize that Kenshiro was fighting Seigo next. I didn't hear anything about that, so you guys are kind of put me on game. I didn't know about that. So if that is truly the case, then okay. I like to visit Japan. Are you at the shopping center? Yes, I am. Here. We'll walk around the shopping center. Let me just put my candies away. Some good stuff right here. Make sure y'all smash that like button. We here. Make sure I got like what, about a gigabyte and some change left, so we'll go. It's a rumor, but it's a strong rumor. Okay. Well, I'll keep my eyes peeled for it, and when I get around people in the Japanese boxing community, I'll ask around. Hold on. Okay, where we at? I'm at 80.6. I'm at 80.6, so 82. All right. All right. Let's go. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. Show you guys Japanese shopping center while I walk and talk to you guys. So here in Takamatsu, they got like it's like a shopping center of sorts, and it extends pretty long. So I'm gonna walk through it while I'm talking to you guys about boxing. So Talker says Kenshiro versus Seigo. Junto tension on the same card, February at Ariake Arena. Okay, it's a hell of a card. Kenshiro versus Seigo Yuri Okoye is a great fight. You know, Seigo is a good fighter. I still don't think he beat Artem Delakian when they fought, but you know, he's come good since then. You know, he's won some decent fights, won some good fights. I think Kenshiro gonna beat the brakes off him when they fight. Seigo's not fucking with Kenshiro. That's my opinion, though. We'll see. It's a good fight, though. I mean, it's good to start. It's good to see. It'd be nice to see a Japanese unification fight because, you know, there's a lot of Japanese champions in these lower weight classes, and we're not really getting the unification fight. So, you know, that's good news. That's welcome news. It sounds like a really good card. I hope it does happen. I hope so. And I know Tenshin. He's really close to a world title shot. And I'll tell you guys this: Tenshin Nasukawa. He's the real money man. He's the real money man in Japan. I'll tell you this, more people in Japan know who Tenshin is than they do than Inoue. Because, you know, I've been taking taxis and I've been meeting all kinds of people here in Japan, and they don't get it twisted. They know Inoue, they know he's big, but everyone knows who Tenshin is, like, because of kickboxing and now I guess with the boxing too. So if he can get a title, he'll really be I mean, he's already a star, but I'm saying he'll be an even bigger star. You know? In a way, it's popular. Like, don't get it twisted, but just look up Tenshin versus Takuru and the numbers around that. I'll check that out later on. What was like the viewership like? What was that? The biggest gate in Japanese combat sports history. Damn. I mean, Tenshin's a special fighter. Don't you agree? He's very talented. He's transitioned to boxing very, very well. Yeah, I mean, to do what he did in kickboxing, and now he's at the world level in boxing, he's a special athlete. Yeah, I agree with that. I know Angelo, because Angelo Leo, you know, he sparred a lot of Japanese fighters. I know he sparred Subaru, he sparred Tenshin, I think Angelo might have even sparred Makita Nakano, because I was doing some research on Makita Nakano yesterday, and I found this picture of him and Angelo from 3 years ago. But I know I was asking Angelo about Japanese fighters a while ago, and he told me that that Tenshin had really good timing. You know, he had good timing. Better timing than some of the other Japanese fighters he sparred. Is Murata still a conversation? Ryota Murata or Subaru Murata? Hyro says, I only know who Tenshin is because of Floyd. Exactly. Even Americans know who Tension is. Like even if they don't know who Tension is by name, they know him as the guy that fought Floyd. So that's what I'm saying. What he did in kickboxing made him a big star here in Japan. Him doing that Floyd fight made him at least somewhat known in America. Subaru's last fight was a massive red flag. Yeah, Subaru has defensive lapses he needs to clean up. He never really cleaned up his defensive lapses. He's very reliant upon his power. He keeps his head right on the center line. He's got the same problems a lot of Japanese fighters tend to have, to be honest with you. He's very tough. He can punch. You got to be able to dish out what he's taking, but he keeps his head right there on that center line. And anybody that is sturdy enough to stand up to his power and can punch in between the shots is gonna give him a lot of problems. Who would you have if Iwata and Masamichi Yabuki fought? Ooh, good fight. One thing about Yabuki that I've learned over the years against Kenshiro Nochinga, and even if you go back and you watch some of his older fights against like Junto, Yabuki is very strong, and you got to be able to stand up to his power or you lose. Iwata, he got outboxed by, what was it, Bomba? Jonathan Gonzalez outboxed him. I think I would lean slightly towards Yabuki. I think Yabuki probably stops Iwata inside like 7 rounds, 8 rounds. I don't know. Iwata's a good fighter, but I never really been the highest on him. You're gonna start to see matchroom fighters get no dates now that Frank Warren is on the zone. They're gonna have fighters on the same card. Eddie Hearn is not gonna have a lot of solo shows now. Hyro, talk that shit. I know you hate Eddie Hearn. Preach the Eddie Hearn hatred. Let it rain from the mountaintops. Hate. That Nochinga performance was one of the best. It was. He beat the hell out of Nochinga. I'm a 7-0 Nochinga fan, and I was hoping that he would come in and win. But yeah, that didn't work out. You know, once whatever game plan he had, immediately went out the window. Do you think the Cheeseheads are going to stomp a mud hole in the Dolphins? I mean, I'm not like a big NFL fan, and I don't really care about the Dolphins like that. The Miami Dolphins are the disgrace of South Florida sports, the most overrated professional sports franchise in South Florida. But I'll say, yeah, probably. I mean, it's the Dolphins. The Dolphins are the most mediocre professional sports franchise ever. All this hype, you know, growing up in South Florida, the Dolphins get all this hype. And in my lifetime, I've seen the Heat win a championship, I've seen the Marlins win 2 World Series, and I've seen the Panthers win the Stanley Cup. And I'm probably going to see the Panthers win the Stanley Cup again this year. And the Dolphins ain't won a playoff game since 2000. So yes, the Dolphins are a disgrace to South Florida. But I hope I would like them to win. I would like them to do well, but I'm just telling you how it is. I keep it real when it comes to everything, not just boxing. But shout out to all 11 of you rock with me. It's your boy BT, walking a little shopping center thing in Japan, spending my afternoon with you guys. Because everyone keeps saying, BT, when are you going live again? It's been a long time. We miss you, BT. You don't go live no more. And now I'm here again. I'm back. It's been 2 weeks, but I'm back. Giving you guys a little taste of Japan, too, because a lot of people say, a lot of people never been to Japan. So, I'm in Takamatsu right now. So giving you guys a little taste of places I go to. I've come down this way a couple of times. In that fight, Hyro, I don't know. They both have their flaws. I like Gary. I like them both, actually. I'll lean towards Ryo. It seems like a pretty neat place. It is. I mean, look, for those of you in America, like, look, you see how clean the roads are? See how clean the street, like, everywhere is pretty clean, which, I've been to Japan 2 times, and combined, all the time I spent in Japan, I spent 3.5 weeks here last time. I've been here for like almost 2 months of my life. But I've seen a lot of Japan, and everywhere is pretty much the same. Everything's pretty clean, so I like that. Let me see. Do I want to watch Garcia versus Ampo? I know it's supposed to be here in Tokyo. If I can go watch it, cool. If not, then I'm not bothered about it. I'm just indifferent towards it. It's an exhibition. The press conference was funny, but I don't really like care, to be honest. I'd rather see Ioka versus Puma Martinez for the title, real fights, because that's what we're about here on True School Sports. The real, real boxing, real everything. B Young says, I was stationed at Okinawa, Japan for 6 months and looked similar. Yeah, a lot of places in Japan look similar. I haven't been to Okinawa, but I've heard great things about it. I know they got the beach there. Let's see. But yeah, y'all got any comments, questions, go ahead and ask them. I'm here. You get in your lives. Everyone says, BT go live. I'm live, so what's up? Ain't really shit going on in boxing, so there's not a whole ton going on in boxing. So sometimes we may have to talk about things besides boxing, because boxing ain't giving us much to talk about. I mean, Ryan Garcia, Japanese beach. Do the girls have BBWs? Are there BBW Japanese? I mean, no. I mean, for the most part, my experience, Japanese girls are pretty, they're pretty slim. Beautiful though. There's some beautiful Japanese girls. I'm sure there are. I just haven't seen a ton of them. I like when I come to Japan and I meet one of these these mixed Latina Japanese girls. That's my favorite shit. I didn't even know they had those. Like, I met a Colombian Japanese girl. I met is it Puerto Rican? I met a couple of them. I didn't know it was a thing. Dubois versus Parker, who do you got? That's a good question. Oh my God. That's like one of the best fights in boxing right there. I love that fight. It's hard to pick against both these guys because both these guys are just fighting so well right now. But if I had to pick one, fuck. Maybe slightly Joe Parker. Oh, no, Dubois. I mean Dubois. I'll slightly say Dubois. Because I think he can box well enough, and under Don Charles, he's learned, he's gotten mean enough on the inside to impose his size on Joseph Parker. But Joseph Parker can fight hard for 12 rounds, so he might be able to wear Dubois out and outwork him. I don't know. It's a great fight, but I'll lean towards Dubois. I think Dubois has reached that point in his career where mentally he's at a high level. Physically, he's always been at a high level. He's very close to his prime, if not in his prime right now. Parker might even be in his prime too, even though he's a little older than he's older than Dubois. But I'm gonna lean towards Dubois, very slightly. My plans for tomorrow? I'm not worried about tomorrow. I'm just trying to enjoy today, man. I haven't thought about tomorrow. I'm really just trying to enjoy today because when this live is done, I gotta edit 9 videos and I gotta start working on editing my Seiya Sutsumi interview. So I'm not really worried too much about tomorrow. If I'm being honest with you, I'm enjoying my time with you guys. I'm showing you all Japan a little bit. And that's what it is. Showing y'all Japan, talking boxing. Yo, champ, what part of Japan are you staying at? Which city? I mean, right now I'm in Western Japan, so I know most Americans know about Tokyo and shit like that. But no, I'm way west of that. I'm in an island. I'm on one of the smallest islands in Japan. I'm in Takamatsu, in the Kagawa area, Kagawa Prefecture. What are your thoughts on Lara versus Eubank? Excited for that fight. There will be life at 160 with Eubank as champion. If Eubank can't beat Lara, I think it'd be great for the division. The division needs an exciting champion. The division needs someone that will inject some life into it. And Eubank needs to finally at least touch a world title. I mean, Jesus, how are you the son of Chris Eubank Sr. and you're now just 35 and you're just now starting to fight for the title. He's got to win. Have you learned the language at all? I've learned it's a good question. Nah, I haven't. I'm going to though. I got to sit down and actually do it. But I mean, I know how to say excuse me and how to say excuse me, and how to say hello and how to say thank you. So That's where I'm at. It's not a very easy language to learn. It's not like learning Spanish. Learning Spanish is way easier than learning Japanese. Go get some food. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna go do. There was this jazz cafe that I saw the other day. I didn't go into it. Maybe if I see it, we'll go into the jazz cafe because I've always heard that Japan has like a big jazz scene. So maybe we'll go to the jazz cafe and check that out. See what all the fuss is about. Hold on, see where we at with this pocket Wi-Fi. Right, 80.8. So he said, "Nah, I want to try to order it. Try to order what? You guys want to see me order something? Y'all are funny. Y'all want to see me order some food that look like a dumbass. Go get a piece of candy. I already bought a piece of, I went to 7-Eleven earlier in the live. The IBO belt that he has doesn't count, BT? No, it doesn't count. Unfortunately for him, maybe in the future it'll count, but it doesn't count right now. Have I seen Daya Kira fight? No, I haven't. Put me on game. I don't know about Daya. I don't know about him. I just started watching. Like, I mean, I've been hearing about him for months, but I just started watching like Yugo Osaki. I was watching him the other night. Mikita Nakano. I was watching him the other night because I got like a whole string of prospect videos I want to do and put out there. Because boxing's so slow right now. There's not really anything worth talking about. So I might as well just knock out some prospect videos. Let me see. There's 7-Eleven right there, but I already went to 7-Eleven. I'm trying to find that jazz cafe. I might go into that jazz cafe and see what they got. The thing is, I don't speak no damn Japanese, so I can say like little words here and there, but I can't put together sentences. Not yet, at least. I gotta really put some time in, which I should have already did, so it's my fault. But he's 2-0, 2 KOs, already ranked top 15 in the WBA at 112. He was a youth amateur. Oh, he's a Shisei boxing gym fighter. Okay. Well, I'm sure if I go to the show, if I want to go into the Just Point and Grunt, BT. You're funny. Where's that jazz cafe? You goddamn caveman. That's right. Oh, how much is the udon? So guys, this shit right here. Hold on, where is it? Where is it? So my favorite thing in Japan is udon noodles. Udon noodles. You see, Sanuki udon. This is the best shit in the world. If I can get some udon, so it's basic. What is it? So basic udon is 330 yen. Oh. All right, let's go try it. Just for the sake of the live, let's try to go get some udon noodles. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on a second, guys. You see if they have the thing. Konnichiwa, konnichiwa.
Okay, size?
Yeah.
Small, medium, large?
Small?
Small?
Small. Okay. So here we go. We're getting udon noodles. It's like the best thing ever too. And then like you can get like sides. They got the sides there. It's pretty good. So yeah, you guys are getting everything today. You guys are getting boxing talk. You guys are getting culture. Yes. Oh yeah, I see. Arigato. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. What do I want to get? Got the fish, chicken. Fish. Yeah, it was easy. So I'm not sure which one to get. Maybe I'll get some Japanese fried chicken. He said you'd have more trouble ordering in Glasgow than in Japan.
They barely speak English. Oh, you know what? No, every time I come to Japan, I'm always saying to myself, BT, don't be a stereotypical like stupid American. Like, be smart. Oh, okay. 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 Oh.
Okay.
Hmm?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it is similar to ramen. Hold on. Let me pay for my shit. Okay. All right. All right. Arigato. Alright. Okay. Hold on, guys. Oh, I need a cup. I need a cup. Give me 1 second, guys. Got the cup. Get some water. You know what I'm saying? We're here. We're doing it. We're doing it. Do they put quail eggs and sake out there? I'm not sure. I never had sake. I don't think I had that before. I'm not sure. All right. Hold on. Let me get situated here. I'm gonna talk to you guys while I eat. Hold on. There we go. That works. That works. So here we're doing it. We are doing it. Yes, sir. We're a long way from South Florida now. Now, if you guys want to laugh, I'm gonna start using chopsticks, and you'll start seeing that. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're here. Let me see where I'm at with this Wi-Fi. We are okay. I still got some data left on this Wi-Fi. So, get your questions in. Let me see. What did I miss? Udon noodles are really good. I would say it is similar to ramen, but it's its own thing. Like, especially the udon noodles here in Kagawa are much different. BT looks like me at the checker bar. Yeah. All right. I'm telling you, udon noodles are very good. I think, like, if I told anybody to come to Japan, the first thing I'll tell them to do is go to Tokyo for like a couple days, do all the touristy shit, but then come to like Kagawa. Oh my God, come to Kagawa and then try the udon noodles. They have udon noodles in other parts of Japan, but the udon noodles in Kagawa are a little different because it started here, you know. Hyro says, I want to see the return of Pops. And one day you will. One day you will. But right now, stop looking so far ahead. Just enjoy the day. Oh, okay. It's in St. Paul, the checker bar. But yeah, make sure you guys smash that like button. If y'all got your questions, and get them in, because we're coming up on 2 hours. I'm probably gonna go a little bit past 2 hours, but like whenever the data on this thing runs out, you know, that's when the live is done pretty much. And I might even cut it off a little bit before the data runs out. So. Am I staying at an Airbnb? Yeah, of course. Why not? Yo, Japanese fried chicken is super good. Yeah, just so you guys get a better look, because I don't think I showed you guys the udon noodles. Here, look, I'm gonna show you. So I mean, I got a piece of Japanese fried chicken there, and then I got the udon noodles here. I know it may look simple to you guys, but it's really really good. It's my favorite shit in Japan. As far as like actual food, like not like candy or you know fast food. This is my favorite actual Japanese food. Udon noodles. Yes, sir. So yeah, man, boxing ain't the fastest right now, but we find a way. We find a way to still make content here on True School Sports. How long do you have to wait to get more Wi-Fi in that box? You get 4 gigabytes a day. I've already burned like almost 3 on this live. So when it's done, I can't do anything until midnight in Japan. But where I'm at right now, there's plenty of Wi-Fi spots. There's a Starbucks really close to here, so when this live is done, I'm gonna go there. But shout out to all 18 of you guys here. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Join the home of boxing, True School Sports. Bro, you're blessed, BT. Enjoy it. I am. I always say it like I'm the most blessed guy on earth. Like I started talking about boxing in my room in Dania Beach. And the last place I ever thought I'd be was in freaking Japan eating udon noodles, What? It goes to show you, when you love something and you pursue it with all your heart and you try your best and you genuinely give it your best and you have faith and you believe in God and you put Jesus first, you can go places you never thought you could go, right? I climbed a mountain the other day. I never thought I'd climb a mountain in Japan, but hey, God is good. But ask anything you want. I know there's plenty of boxing stuff we could talk about. I mean, I'll tell you guys one thing I'm really excited about in boxing coming up. I know on the Ioka card, on the Ioka Martinez undercard, you're gonna have the return of Hayato Tsutsumi, who's like one of the most promising talents from Japan. He was a 26-pounder. They were fast tracking him. He missed weight, so he got banned by the Japanese Boxing Commission for some time. But he's making his return. He's making his debut as a 130-pounder on the undercard of Ioka Martinez, and I think he's going to be someone to definitely look out for. Definitely a bright talent. He's like the Bivol of Japan. He fights like he's like Dimitri Bivol in the sense that he's really good at controlling range. He's like the Bivol of Japan, and I'm excited to see him fight. Hopefully, get a chance to interview him. Sir. Udon. Ira says, you're like Dante's boxing days, covering boxing in Asian countries. Look, I ain't got nothing bad to say about nobody. Shout out to Dante. But I'm not like him, nor am I like anybody else. There's only one BT, and I'm happy to be BT. This is what a lot of y'all asked for last time I was in Japan. A lot of y'all wanted to see me go live like this, give y'all a real Japanese experience. So that's what I'm doing here today, But yeah, ask anything y'all want. It don't gotta be boxing related. It could be non-boxing related. Because boxing is not really popping right now like that. So ask whatever y'all want. It could be Japan related. It could be whatever. I'll tell you all this. Tyrone says, doing the life purpose. I'm trying my best, man. I feel like I am. I feel like I'm doing what God called me to do, which is cover boxing at the highest level because I love boxing and I feel like not many people love the sport on the way I do because like everyone always says, like you hear fighters say all the time, like, oh, boxing saved my life. But no, boxing really saved my life when I'm 29 now, but when I was like 19, so 10 years ago, when I was 19, I was trying to find my way in the world. At the time, I was covering the NBA, and I was living with some family out there, and they had what they wanted me to do. Like they had their plans for me, right? But it wasn't what I wanted to do. So I remember at that time, I wasn't around my dad or my immediate family, and yeah, I got real down about life and got real depressed and, thought about killing myself, thankfully I didn't. And not too long after that, I moved back to Florida from Texas because I was living in Texas at the time. And then I went ahead and I went to this place in South Florida called Canino's Boxing Gym, and I started learning how to box. And around that time too, that's when I started covering boxing because I always liked boxing. I was always a big fan of the sport. Like first fight I ever watched as a kid was Bernard Hopkins versus Felix Trinidad. But when I went to the boxing gym, I met Nino, who was a former women's world champion, and then I met this guy named Gabriel Chacon, who was a professional fighter. He died 2 years ago. He was swimming in the beach in Florida and got caught in a rip current. But when I met Gabe and I met Bonnie and felt the culture of a boxing gym, it just felt like it was where I needed to be. And then I started interviewing guys like Shannon Briggs and Holyfield and Bo, as a lot of you guys know, and I never looked back. And things have been hard at times, but I feel like, stuff is paying off as the years go on. Stuff is paying off, and I'm happy. Like I'm genuinely happy, and the best is yet to come. So, thank you guys for being part of the journey. He says, I agree and I can see. Thank you, man. Thank you, Tyrone. I appreciate you, champ. BT, you should go live like FouseyTube. LOL. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind going, not like the whole day, because FouseyTube is crazy. He be taking his shit and people, he's still live. I wouldn't do that, but I wouldn't mind going live like this more often. I gotta buy some more data. For this box, because the box isn't even mine. It's my friend's. But yeah, why not? What I want to do is I want to go live like this in Tokyo. Because Takamatsu, where I'm at now, it's very calm, it's peaceful. But like in Tokyo, oh my God, like Shinjuku, Shibuya, oh my God. Y'all, if I were to go live out there, y'all see some shit. Benavidez looks like he's not taking Morel very seriously. Are you saying that because of his physique? Like he looks fat? Or is it because of his attitude? Like, why do you say that? Because I think he's taking Morel very seriously. Salute, bro. I was about to watch your day of birthday video, but I had to check into the live first. Salute to you, Vaughn. Thank you for stopping by, man. Yeah, I would advise you and anybody else watching right now, go watch the playback as much of it as you can. I walked through... Shout out to my man, Ty. He says, another day, another Sanuki Udon. That's right. Had to come back. You know what it was, Ty? I wasn't even trying to come eat Sanuki, but the viewers, they were so adamant about me having to. They wanted to see me come in here and try to order something in Japanese, but it was easy. All you gotta do was point and whatnot. And they get it to you pretty quick. So I'm just giving them a little bit of the Japanese culture. Having some fun. I mean, Dave Benavidez has always been fat. I'm not really too worried about what he looks like right now because it's December. Oh, no, it's late November, about to be December. Let's see how Dave Benavidez looks around Christmas time. Christmas time, January, then I think we can make a more accurate determination on his condition. Right now, I mean, most fighters, if most fighters are 2 months away from a fight, they're always going to be a little bit off weight, I mean, we know Benavidez, when he was fighting at 168, he walks around at 200-something pounds. Inoue is fighting him before Gervonta. Do you think they're mismanaging him? Mismanaging Gervonta Davis? I would like to say yes, they are, but they're not. I can't say they are mismanaging Gervonta Davis because Gervonta Davis is one of the biggest stars in boxing. When he fights, wherever he fights, it's going to sell out. So I can't say that they're mismanaging him. But what I can say is that they're not mismanaging him right now, but it may get to a place where they do eventually mismanage him because he's 30 years old and he hasn't really been in a legacy-defining fight. And we're still waiting for him to fight Shakur Stevenson, right? But Leonard Ellaby always tells us, no, he don't got to fight Shakur Stevenson because they ain't fucking with Tank. You know how Leonard talks about Tank? Shakur Stevenson, he's a tremendous fighter, but he ain't fucking with Tank. Shout out, salute the Tree Stop Boxing. Good to see you, champ. Hope all is well. Inoue on fighting on Saudi Arabia would be a huge loss to them because, for one, there is no opponent people are going to pay, let alone pay-per-view. Yeah, I really hope Inoue does not fight in Saudi because, for one, I feel like the Japanese economy could really use an Inoue fight. You know, that's number one. And number two, it's just like it's not going to be no atmosphere. It's not going to be anything like. I feel like the kinds of scenes he puts on here in Japan, and I'm gonna God willing be at his next fight to see what an Inoue fight is like in person. But like, he should keep it here in Japan or fight in the States. Or England. Even England. Like, I wouldn't even mind England. I feel like Inoue in England would be crazy, but like the only British fighter, like, you could fight Nick Ball or you could fight Liam Davies, you know? So I wouldn't mind on going to the UK or America, but yeah, I'm good on Saudi. Like, Saudi should only be for fighters who can't sell tickets, that need Turkey to finance them to fight in Saudi. Like Martin Bakoli, Kabayel, Better Be Abdul. These guys need Turkey. Inoue does not need Turkey. Inoue already fought in the UK versus Rodriguez. You're correct. He did fight in the UK versus Rodriguez. I forgot. That was on Josh Taylor, Baranchik, I'm going to say. Same card. That was Scotland. That technically is the UK. That is the UK. But when I say UK, I'm thinking more like, like London, like Wembley Stadium, O2 Arena, something like that. Somewhere in London. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's crazy isn't that crazy that the World Boxing Super Series used to have Josh Taylor and Inoue on the same card? Ain't that? I miss those days. Like don't talk with your mouth full. I honestly miss those days of the World Boxing Super Series. It was getting great fights, tournaments, competitiveness, things that boxing's supposed to be about. We were getting it back. We were getting all that back then. I wish it would have worked out like long term. If anything, see, look, if Turkey wanted to do something for boxing, he should revive the World Boxing Super Series. They have enough money to revive that tournament. Bring the Muhammad Ali trophy back. All that shit. Yep. See? Talkers. That's why Talkers. My man is. He knows his boxing. We think alike. One thing I will master one day is how to eat with chopsticks. Because I would have been done with this already if I didn't have to use chopsticks. Are y'all enjoying the live today? I know this is a bit of a different live than you guys are accustomed to, but what's everybody's thoughts on today's live so far? What y'all think? Maybe we'll do more of these, especially when I go back to Tokyo, because Tokyo, they got telling you, if I were to do one of these in Tokyo, like Shibuya, Shinjuku, y'all will see some shit. People complain on not getting Obataia versus Jordan, but Tico's took Jai money twice. Jai wasted fights like Jack Massey. Yeah, I mean, so are you trying to say that Jai Obataia should fight Dorticos? Is that what you're saying, Hyro? I don't know if I can handle the food out there. Not a big fan of Asian cuisine. Well, this is like, bro, this is like noodles. This is not even like, it's Asian, of course, but it's not like having sushi or it's not anything too extreme. Like an American stomach can handle udon noodles. Udon noodles, it's very similar to ramen, but it's not ramen. It's its own thing. The noodles are thicker and they're more like natural. I want Zoro to unify against the WBC champion before he fights Obataia, in my opinion. What do you think? Well, that would be whoever wins against Riziki versus Peralta. I would like for whichever unification fight is available first to get made, to make that first. And I think the Obataia Zoro fight probably the quickest one to make. Because I'm not a big fan of stagnation in divisions. I feel like when the divisions get stagnant, it's just not good for. It's not. It leaves a possibility for some bullshit to happen. So I just want to get it moving, get it on and popping. Make Zoro versus Obataia as soon as possible. Then let Rosicky and Peralta sort out what they got to sort out. Plus, remember, Noel McCallion is the champion in recess. He has an issue going on with Don King. So when he solves whatever issues he's got going on, Noel McCallion might have to fight in like consolidation bout against the winner of Peralta versus Riziki anyway. So you might as well just get to Zoro versus Obataia while you can. You know? That's how I feel. What do you think about that? You praise 115 so much, but guys can't afford to keep unified champion. The division can't keep two belts at the same time. Well, I know. Maybe Turkey can help. That's what I'm saying. That's where Turkey should. If Turkey cares about boxing, he should go ahead and try to do that. I know, what is it? IBF, Wabaldo Garcia and Renee Calixto or something like that. Two Mexicans. They're fighting for the IBF title that Puma just vacated or got stripped of. Do you think Angel Fierro is another typical Pitbull Cruz trade pick? So I wasn't even aware that Pitbull Cruz was fighting Angel Fierro. I wouldn't say it's a cherry pick. It's a fight that he should win. Angel Fierro is a good fighter. Angel Fierro, if we're talking about the same fighter, Angel Fierro, he knocked out my boy Daniel Bailey on Ring City, USA some years ago. A good fight. Bailey, if I'm not mistaken, Bailey hurt him before he got knocked out, but then Bailey just, the volume was too much for him. But Fierro is good. He'll come to win. It'll be the fight stylistically that Pitbull Cruz likes. Fierro's gonna come forward and look for the fight. Pitbull Cruz don't like boxers. He don't like guys that can move. That's not his thing. He want to be a high guard, flat-footed, come forward Mexican, which is fair play to him. He's fun. He has a big fan base on the West Coast, and I'm sure if this fight's on the West Coast, they'll have a lot of people there for him. But yeah, I've seen worse. I've seen worse than Angel Fierro. All right, what's good? It's real good. BT, how was the barbershop in Japan? I haven't gone yet. I haven't got my haircut since I've been in Japan. I'll probably get a haircut like in a week or two. I'm gonna say a week or two because I want to get it when I go back to Tokyo. There's a specific place that I want to go get my haircut at that I found on Google before I came to Japan. So when I go and I go live, I'll let you know. I'll let you know next time. Pitbull has cement feet. Put him in with anyone that can jab, move, or pivot, and he looks like he's in a boxer for it. Exactly. That's pretty much how it goes. That's why he looked the best when he was fighting Eduardo Ramirez and these feather-fisted guys that can't really do anything with him. What is the food called you ate? It's called udon noodles. So UDON noodles. Plods forward with his hands around his head, throws big hooks. If you're tall, then yeah, exactly. That's what Rao did, and that's why he's champion. BT, do you feel Bam Rodriguez is a tad overrated for the pound and pound rise because there's guys like Junto and Kenshiro who are multi-divisional. Yeah, Bam can't sell, and there was no reaction in Philly. Like, look, I don't want to put Bam down. I like Bam. I think he's a very talented fighter, but I do think people are getting a slight bit carried away with Bam, like having him top 5 pound for pound. I'd have him on the pound for pound list, but I would have had him in the top 5, and I definitely wouldn't put him over like a guy like Kenshiro, who I feel has beaten better fighters, better competition, been a more dominant champion. Yeah, I do think he's just a little bit. Now, in my opinion, how would Bam shed the overrated label? I would say move up. Either go undisputed at 115, like beat Kafu, beat these guys, go undisputed, or go up to 118 and go beat up on Junto Nakatani. And let's see if you really like that. Because, I mean, look, the guys he's beating are good fighters. Gallo, Quadras, Wang Vasai, good fighters. And he deserves credit for beating those guys. But to sit here and put him over guys like Kenshiro or put him top 5 pound for pound, that's doing too much. That's where now you're getting more credit than you really deserve. And that's where, if you do call Bam a little overrated, then you're justified in calling him that, in my opinion. So for me, take care of business at 115 and then go fight Junto, And let's see if he's really like that. I mean, he is really like that. He's a multiple division champion, but they've been picking the right guys at the right time. And his management team, Robert Garcia, RGBA, they deserve a ton of credit of doing right by him. But to put him top 5 pound for pound right now, in my opinion, that makes him just a little bit overrated. That's my opinion. Now, if you say he's a pound for pound fighter and he's on the lower part of the top 10, I think that's just about right. But to put him top 5, you're out of your mind. Nah. Who is Carver gonna fight since Boots and Virgil might fight each other? I don't know. I'm so over Crawford. I don't care about Crawford. I could care less. He don't care about giving the fans. He doesn't really care about fighting the best anymore. So why should I care what he's got going on? He don't care about boxing. We remember them saying Tekken fighters don't fight Tekken fighters when Chocolatito beat up on Julio Cesar Martinez. Yeah, I mean, that's true. They like to pull that one out when it's convenient. They say, "Oh, Tekken Promotions is a family." Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I gotta put my plate away, my tray. Get your questions in. I'll be back here in a second. Let's go back on our walk, guys, because what are we at now? We're at 81.4, so we'll go like 15, hold on. We'll go like 15, 20 more minutes, and then we'll wrap up the live. But it's been a very fun live. I hope you guys have been enjoying the walk and the sights of Japan, the little bit of sites I've been showing you guys. Hey. Arigato. All right. All right, so now I can talk a little louder because I'm outside. I don't feel comfortable talking too loud when I'm in there. But, okay, I got the Wi-Fi, I got the wallet. Okay, we're good. Ryo or Russell? Fuck. Good fight. I'm leaning towards Ryo. Hiroka looks fun to watch, but I got to see more of him before I form an opinion. Oh, no, he's a beast. He knocked out Jin Sasaki, who's now one of the top contenders in the welterweight division when they were at 140. And then he fought Ishmael Barroso, who a lot of us Americans know because he beat up on Rolly and beat up O'Hara Davies. And he took Barroso straight to school. Hiroka's the real deal. And I want to see Ryo fight him. You know, I feel like Ryo should be fighting him right now, not fucking Gary Russell, but that's just me. Have I tried the buffet in Japan? No, I haven't. BT Crawford acting like a diva, and he is not as big as he thinks he is. He's not. He's not. And I wish someone would be honest and tell him that. But one thing I know about boxing and just the culture of like when fighters get to a certain level, people don't like it when you keep it honest. That's one thing I do know about boxing. So you can't tell some of these fighters, you can't tell them nothing. You know, you start getting too honest with them, now they don't want to be your friend no more. That's how it goes sometimes. Julio Cesar Martinez wasn't with Tekken that I know of, but Carlos Cuadras versus Chocolatito was an all Tekken fight. Exactly, and it was a great fight. So they need to stop with all this nonsense of, oh, Tekken promotions can't fight Tekken promotions because we're a family. That's too much. That's bullshit. If they're two top fighters in the weight class and it's a fight that makes sense for boxing, and it's gonna enhance the winner's reputation and career, then you make the damn fight. BT, have you ever had beef with a boxer? I've had a beef with plenty of boxers, yeah. You know how many times I do these videos and I start saying real shit about these fighters in videos that they don't like and they come try to press me at fights? I can think of about 5 I've had beefs with, you know? Or not, I don't want to say beef, you know? Because what did Tank say? If it was beef, these dudes would have been smoked. It wasn't beef, but you know, I'll say discrepancies. Problems. We'll use those words instead, you know. But for the most part, I think I get along with most boxers. You know, they understand that I have a job to do, and I'm here for the sport, and I love boxing, and you know, it's nothing personal, you know. So for the most part, it's just been like, you know, a handful of fighters, and one time in particular, there was a trainer. I won't say his name. He's not a big name anyway, but there was one time a trainer saw something I said about his fighter on video. And he got in my face at a fight, and I was really calm, and I'm like, is that what you really want to do? And then he knew I was ready to fight, so he calmed down and we talked it out. But yeah, like, it's part of the game. Boxing and boxers, emotions run high sometimes. As far as Jaron Ennis being overrated, at this moment in time, I think it's fair to say he is a little overrated just because, like, look, you fought Karen twice. You looked regular in both fights. And Karen is a good fighter. We give Karen his credit. But, like, you know, I didn't really see the kind of adjustments I needed to see from Boots in the rematch, you know? So, at this moment, yeah, he's a little overrated. But he'll have a chance to shed that label when he gets the Virgil Ortiz fight. If he beats Virgil Ortiz and, you know, were to take his O, then nobody's gonna care that he went two rounds. That he went the distance twice with Karen. Where will you travel to scope out boxing? Well, right now I'm not really near like a boxing hotbed. So right now I'm not really scoping out any boxing right now. But I got some interviews coming up, so I might have one coming up in Okoyama, which is a close city to here. That's where Seigo Yuri Akui trains. I might interview him, but I'm not sure yet. I'm waiting for confirmation. When I go back to Tokyo, that's when I'm really gonna be scoping out the boxing. That won't be for another couple weeks. So I'm just gonna enjoy my time. I have to go back to Tokyo to get some. I had to go to Tokyo because I have a couple of appointments and interviews already scheduled that have been confirmed, and then probably the Inoue fight. So yeah.
Who do I have between Boots and Virgil? That's a great question. I've gone back and forth so many times. If you would have asked me this 3 years ago, 3 years ago, I would have said Boots. The last year or so, I've been saying Virgil, but then like Virgil, I don't know how Virgil's gonna come out and box because Virgil, if Virgil does that stupid shit he was doing against Boychuk, that lead hand down low shit that he was doing, Boots will pick him apart. But if it's the Virgil that fights in the high guard behind a precise power jab, then I think he can beat Boots. I don't know right now. I haven't thought like too deeply about it. I'm not really the highest on both guys at the moment just because of their lack of activity. Well, not Boots. Boots has been fighting, but I'm saying Virgil, lack of activity and recent performance. So when the fight gets finalized and I got time to marinate on it, I'll give you guys a prediction, but I ain't got one right now. Yeah, 7-Eleven is everywhere in Japan. They got 7-Eleven. If you don't go live for Inoue, why not try movie theater? Because Inoue fights are even shown in the movie chain. To be honest, I'm probably not gonna go live when Inoue is fighting because I'm gonna be at the fight and I'm not gonna go live. I want to be able to appreciate what's going on. Maybe I'll go live after the fight though. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be there. So we shall see. One thing about Japan, look, for the Americans, look in Japan, a lot of people ride bikes. So like a lot of times, you'll see bikes in Japan and people will park their bikes, like they got little like bike parking spots. And the best part about it is nobody steals your bike in Japan. I mean, maybe it does happen, but I haven't seen it. Now, in the States, I know in South Florida especially, you go to 7-Eleven, you leave your bike outside, they're gonna come take your bike. So that's one thing I do like about Japanese culture, you know? So where we at with the pocket Wi-Fi? Where we at? Ooh, okay. Get a chick pregnant out there. Hey, I found a candidate. I wouldn't rule it out. Maybe you'll be able to take some pictures with Inoue and his family BT. I don't think so. I mean, I won't say too much right now, but I'll probably be around him here really soon. We'll see. We will see. You know, you never know what good old True School has up his sleeve. You never know what I have up my sleeve. You know, I don't profess to be the biggest channel, but I'm definitely someone that knows a lot of people, so I can make some shit happen, and I will make some shit happen. So we shall see. We'll see what happens with Mr. Monster. They'd probably chop your hands off if you steal. Yeah, I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't even steal in America. So I mean, I'm definitely not gonna steal in Japan. You crazy? A foreigner? You think I'm about to try to steal something in Japan and then run the risk of being labeled as a stupid American ruining Japanese culture like all these other people? No. You gotta understand, when you come to another country, whether you like it or not, you're representing your country. So I would like to be a good representation of America, and I would want people to have a good perception of America. So I'm not gonna disgrace, the stars and stripes by doing some dumb shit in Japan. That's not how it's gonna go. What improvements do you want to see from Boots and Virgil? That's a great question. I'd like to see Virgil get back to like not boxing with his lead hand down low, because he was trying to be all slick against Boychuk, and Boychuk just kept his punches down the middle and precise, and that's why he dropped them 2 times. So I want to see Virgil get back to basics and probably fight a little bit more out of that high guard and work behind his jab. For Boots, I would like for Boots to, maybe shorten his shots up and stop trying to be so damn flashy all the time. I feel like he's so athletically gifted, and he's been getting used to being all flashy for so long that when a fighter actually makes him have to work and not be flashy, he struggles. So I just want to see both of them simplify what they're doing, because they're gonna have to simplify what they're doing. They're both gonna be fighting high-level opponents, fighting each other. So you can't be doing too much, because if Boots overcommits or, drops his hands and is out of position, Virgil will make him pay, and vice versa. Virgil does that stupid shit with the lead hand down.
Boots will just, throw things down the middle and hurt him. So they both got to tighten up defensively and showing the punches up. Dope live, thank you, man, thank you to everybody who's been stopping by and just been enjoying. Hopefully, if you're at, I don't know, like I know it's Thanksgiving, so if you're with your family, hopefully it's made your time with your family better. Watching the live. If you're not with your family, hopefully it's made your Thanksgiving better. Hopefully this live is just helping people, in some sort of way. Should Boots get a new coach? Bozy and Foreign look pretty bad. That Foreign ain't even the favorite. Moran hurt Andy Cruz. Should Boots get a new coach? I don't know about getting a new coach. I think Bozy is good for. I don't know, because I like Bozy a lot. I like him a lot as a person, and I think he is a great coach. But I don't think he acted like a great coach in the last fight, just telling Boots just to go in there and knock him out. But according to this one guy who commented on my video, he was like, "Oh well, Boots and Bozy, they speak in code." So. It is what it is. But damn, Boozy and okay, if he did get a new trainer, like what are the options? Like who could he bring in? I'm not really sure what the option is. Yeah, I guess it depends on who it is. I would need to know who he's bringing in if he is gonna bring someone on the team or replace his dad. So do you think Virgil could have knocked out Boachuk if he fought aggressively like before BT? I think he could have knocked out Boachuk. I think he was physically stronger than Boachuk, and I think he gave Boachuk way too much confidence boxing with that lead left hand down like that, trying to be all slick. I don't know why he was doing that. He's never boxed like that in any of his fights. He's always been behind the high guard, power jab, break you down, wear you out. That's been Virgil Ortiz. And then all of a sudden he fights Boachuk and he wants to start boxing like, I don't know, like he's Shane Mosley. Like, motherfucker, you're not Shane Mosley. You're Virgil Ortiz. Be Virgil Ortiz. Being Virgil Ortiz has been good enough all these other times. Now you want to go in there and with your lead hand low, trying to box like you, the Mexican-American, the Chicano Shane Mosley. Like, come on. What you doing? Black Ray Donovan, what's good, Chevy? He says, my homie, hope all is well. Good to see you, champ. Yeah, everything is well, man. I'm in Japan. Enjoying my time. So good to see you. Good to be live. I liked how Virgil made an adjustment and boxed when he had to. Yeah, he made a good adjustment. I just didn't like the fact that he would not pick up his lead left hand. He kept leaving it down low, and I think it allowed Boachuk to just land those short, mechanical, down the middle shots that he likes to throw. I wasn't impressed with the Bozy Stephen Fulton collaboration. Yeah, I mean, they left a lot to be desired. I was disappointed. I wanted to see a lot more from Stephen Fulton. Now, luckily for Stephen Fulton, he won, and I thought he made some good adjustments after the knockdown and started to look more like Stephen Fulton as the fight progressed. But now he's gonna have to bring his best against Brandon Figueroa. I don't know, man. He got very fortunate last time because Brandon Figueroa had to cut some weight, and I don't think Brandon Figueroa was as strong at 122 as he is at featherweight now. So, he was very fortunate to get a decision against Figueroa the first time. I don't know if that happens again, but one thing about it is, one thing Stephen Fulton has shown in his career many, many times, apart from the fight against the Monster, is that when he knows he has to be at his best, he fights his best. So, I want Stephen Fulton to win for two reasons. Number one, I don't like Brandon Figueroa's style. Like I don't like his style. I think his style is actually ugly. It's kind of ugly to me, to be honest with you. And I don't like how people overrate him. And personally, I want Stephen Fulton to win because I want Angelo Leo to beat the freaking brakes off of him and avenge that loss in the unification fight. So I can't be having that if Brandon Figueroa beats Stephen Fulton. I can't have that. So I need Stephen Fulton to find a way to beat Brandon Figueroa, become featherweight champion, and then come take this beating from Angelo Leo. That's what I need. That's what I need from him, Because it's going to happen. Are you staying in Japan for the Nia Inoue fight? I'll be here, yeah. I'll be here for the Inoue fight, and I'll be here past the Inoue fight. I'll be here till next year. Yup, I'll be here, and God willing, I've gotten some confirmation that I am getting a ticket, but Again, I'm reserving. I'm not trying to get too excited until I physically see it. So we'll see. We shall soon see. That would be a really good rematch unification if Fulton wins. Yeah, I think so. I think it's a great fight. I think like Stephen Fulton, he's gotten some interesting experience since the first Angelo fight. Angelo's gotten better, a lot better, like night and day better since the Stephen Fulton fight. So I think, look, man, whoever is meant to fight each other will fight each other. Like if Fulton is good enough, like I've been saying, if Fulton is good enough to beat and become champion again, he'll get the Angelo rematch. It's that simple. And what's going to happen, what's supposed to happen is going to happen. And if Brandon Figueroa beats him, then good for Brandon. Brandon has a great resume. He's beaten a lot of good fighters, and he deserves it if he beats Stephen Fulton. But that's probably one of the fights I'm most excited about in boxing. BT, you talk about how good is the featherweight division, but there have never been any vacation in the last 20 years. Yeah, well, probably because everyone keeps losing. Everyone keeps losing. There would have been unification if Alan Heyman didn't have Leo Santa Cruz and all these guys ducking. Or is that 122? Am I getting my weight classes mixed up? I think I might be getting the weight classes mixed up. What are my thoughts on Gary Russell Jr. calling out Leo Santa Cruz? Bro, Gary Russell Jr. was calling out Leo Santa Cruz 10 years ago. He's been calling out. He's been calling Leo Santa Cruz since the Barack Obama administration, bro. What are my thoughts on it? I mean, cool, I guess. I mean, I don't got no energy for that. I was talking about that shit like 10 years ago here on True School Sports. I don't care about that fight no more, and neither should you. Nobody should. They should have given us that damn fight when it actually mattered. Not 10 years later. We don't had a whole pandemic and Donald Trump becoming president and all kinds of shit happening in the world since they first were supposed to fight. So, I mean, come on. My thoughts on Oscar Collazo destroying knockout CB Freshmart. I mean, Oscar Collazo's the truth. I've been telling you guys, Oscar Collazo's the truth at 105. I hope Turkey keeps making investment in him. He's a guy that I think Turkey could benefit because he is, for my money right now, the best Puerto Rican fighter in the sport. Not named Amanda Serrano. Naya Inoue versus Stephen Fulton at 126. The rematch? That's not happening, champ. I hate to break it to you. I mean, it might. If Fulton beats Figueroa, then of course it's gonna make a lot of sense because Stephen Fulton has a fan base here in Japan. Like when you see Stephen Fulton tweet on Twitter, there's a lot of tweets in Japanese. So he has picked up some Japanese fans from the Inoue fight, and I'm sure it would generate a lot of interest here in Japan. I don't think it'll be much different, to be honest with you. Like Stephen Fulton won't change that much from, in my opinion at least, from 22 to 26. But we'll see. I look forward to when Inoue comes up to featherweight. I think there's going to be a lot of good fights there for him. Do you think Fulton underestimated Inoue in their fight, BT? No, I don't think he underestimated him. I mean, when I interviewed Stephen Fulton, he said himself when he fought Inoue, he did make some excuses in the interview. He said that pretty much Inoue, he mentioned weight being a big factor, that he couldn't cut the weight properly. And it was what it was, So I guess now if he fights him at 26, he won't have that reason. He won't have that excuse. At some point, you got to say he was just a better man. I think Inoue is a bit hesitant of moving up to featherweight, in my opinion. Oh, so do I. I think he is, and for good reason. There's some smoke up there for him. He wants to make sure he's at his optimum shape physically. So I don't blame him. Take your time. I'm not gonna interview Inoue. I'm not even trying to interview Inoue. I'll be honest with you, cause I tried that shit last time I was here, and I tried everything I could. All I'm hoping for with Inoue, if I could interview him, that would be great. I'm not expecting it, but if I can get to the media workout, I'm trying to find out when the media workout is. I'm gonna find out very soon, actually, and when I find out, I'm gonna pop up to the media workout, God willing, and
just try to get some footage of him training, you know, and maybe get like 30 seconds of some sort of interaction with him, you know. That's the hope, but not even thinking that far ahead. I'm enjoying my day today, talking to you guys, and we'll see what happens when the time comes. If he doesn't move up, I don't blame him. I mean, he's already a Hall of Famer in my opinion. He is already a Hall of Famer, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I wouldn't let that slide. If he doesn't move up to featherweight, I mean, it would be his 5th weight class, so I get it. But my thing is, whether it was or it wasn't his fault, when he was at super flyweight, there were a lot of fights people wanted to see him in. Maybe some of it was his fault. Maybe none of it was his fault. Who knows? Who cares? But the reality is, he didn't fight Roman Gonzalez, Cuadras, Wang Basai, Gaio, none of them guys when they were at their best. He hasn't really been in any weight like 122, 118. They had some good fighters, but like there wasn't like, apart from like you could say Stephen Fulton, who was doing everything he could do, you know, to prove himself in the division. There really wasn't like the depth in those weight classes that 115 had when he was there. 120 featherweight to me is the first weight class he will have moved up to since 115 that has the depth and the quality of fighters. I don't know. I have a hard time letting that one slide, just being honest. But, you know, he is great. Like, it doesn't matter if he moves up or not. He's going to the Hall of Fame. His legacy in the sport has been cemented. But, you know, I think featherweight to me it would be great to see him up there. How do you fall over and act like you just died after a guy jabbed you to the body? If he fights in the U.S., you should have a better chance. Maybe. What else? What are your thoughts on Conor Ben calling out Barrios? I'm down for it. He might do more than Brook as champion. Why you trying to kill Brook, man? Why you gotta go out with my man Kell Brook? What did Kell Brook do to you, Haro? Always hating on Kell Brook. It's a good fight. You know, Conor Ben, one of the biggest names in the weight class. You know, he's gonna be getting active again soon. And Barrios, it's very debatable that Barrios should even be champion right now, to be honest. Abel Ramos had a great case of beating him. I think they should run it back, to be honest with you. With all respect to Conor Ben, you know, listen, man, you just got done taking steroids and whatnot. Respect to you, God bless, but fuck that shit. Do Barrios versus Ramos 3-match. I like that fight. I think that fight makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of people were very entertained by it, and I think a lot of people would love to see it again. What y'all think? Let me see. We're at what? We're at 2 hours and 30. Well, this has to be one of the longest lives I've done. Like one of the longest done live fight reaction lives I've done in a long time. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it thus far. Because you think Kell Brook should be in the Hall of Fame, but not Earl Spence. No, I never said Kell Brook should be in the Hall of Fame. I think Kell Brook had Hall of Fame talent. I actually think Kell Brook was a more talented fighter than Earl Spence. I just think Kell Brook was the most mismanaged fighter Eddie Hearn ever had. You want to talk about mismanagement? He fucked his whole shit up. Whole career messed up. I think Inoue has plans to move beyond 126, which is why he doesn't want to train his body for 126, but also beyond 126. I think that may be the reason why he doesn't want to move up after December. I mean, okay, fair enough, you know, and I respect the ambition and I respect the process of what he wants to do, but you better focus on the task in front of you, which is first and foremost Sam Goodman. You know, Sam Goodman, he should beat Sam Goodman, but Sam Goodman can box. He's very good at slowing the pace down. And as far as him going past 126, listen, man, there's so much smoke up there at 126. There's so many fighters there at 126. Listen, who am I? I'm just a guy with a camera and a YouTube channel. I don't know shit about boxing, but compared to Inoue. But I don't know, man. He's gonna go to 130? Maybe. Maybe he goes to 130. Let me sit down. All right, we'll go 5 more minutes, guys, or because my Wi-Fi is about to run out soon, so we'll go like 5 more minutes and then hold on, 7-Eleven. We'll go like 5 more minutes, then I'm gonna wrap it up because this thing is almost done. Make sure y'all smash that like button if you're watching right now. If you're watching the playback, smash the like button. Super chat, you know, shout out to Felipe earlier who dropped the fucking 100. $100 super chat. I always like that. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, man. I gotta go edit 9 videos after this. It's crazy. I gotta go edit 9 videos. I got a lot of work to do today. Am I in Tokyo? No, I'm not in Tokyo. I'm in Takamatsu, Kagawa, in the Shikoku Islands. Is Devin Haney pound for pound? Not anymore. He was briefly at a time. Maybe like in the lower top 10. You know, y'all want to talk like look. That's one guy I've always thought was overrated. What am I doing there? I'm living life. I'm living life. That's the smallest prefecture in Japan. It is. I have a friend that lives here, so I'm out here seeing him, and I'm staying here for a little bit. But it's the best. It's amazing. I love Takamatsu. It's beautiful. It's calm. It's just what I needed. You got family out here? Okay, well shout out to them. How is my Japan vacation so far? It's good. It's been productive. You know, I've been relaxing and recharging and getting clear about things in life and making connections in the boxing world in Japan. So it's been all right. It's been pretty good. I can't complain. It's been a life-changing trip, to be honest with you. So we're at 161. So we're at 161 minutes. So we'll go to 164. So you guys got 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna get up and out of here. No, 3 more minutes. If you want to do an interview with Anpo, hit me up. I'd like to. It'd be cool. Get in touch with me on Instagram or Twitter. My Instagram, my Twitter, if you go on my page, you go on my YouTube channel, go to the About section. You'll see my Instagram. You'll see my Twitter. Or my email. So either one of those 3, contact me, and we can set it up. I don't think Teofimo will have much success at Reynoso, to be honest. I mean, the only fighter that has had a lot of success at Reynoso is Canelo. Yeah, you're not lying there. I mean, no, that's not true. I can't agree with that. I thought Oscar Valdez had a lot of success at Reynoso because Oscar Valdez, if you remember, right when he started training with Reynoso, just before that, I believe it was just after Scott Quigg. And at the Scott Quigg fight, a lot of the discussion for Valdez was how much longer can his career last, or how much longer will it last? And I thought Reynoso got him to start boxing more, start being more of an aggressive counterpuncher. And Reynoso was actually able to extend Oscar Valdez's career. So I'm going to disagree with you. Oscar Valdez had a lot of success with Reynoso. But yes, for the most part, you know, like these guys like Andy Ruiz, all these guys that went to Reynoso, they haven't had success. Carl, Inoue definitely has gotten slower. I mean, he looked, to me, he was still really slow, like against TJ Doheny. Now, luckily for him, he had such a speed advantage over TJ Doheny that it didn't matter. But yeah, he definitely looked slower in the recent Doheny fight. But that's natural. I mean, as a fighter, you don't maintain your speed when you scale weight classes. You normally lose speed. I just shot you a DM on Instagram. Okay, I'll look out for it. Did you send it to my Instagram, Just a Kid from Dania? That Instagram? Because I know there's this old Instagram, this old True School Instagram that I used to use years ago that doesn't work. I don't have the password to it because my dad used to run it and he lost the password. So what did you send the DM to? Just a Kid from Dania? The pretty sure that's the one I have in there. Yep. Okay. All right. Haro says, BT, when can I call you? I'll call you. Don't worry about it. I'll call you, Haro. When I get some time, I'll call you. You know? But guys, look, on that note, I think that's the end of our live, so I'm gonna wrap it up. It was a pleasure. We did, 2 hours and 32 minutes, 34 minutes. It's a pretty good live for today. So look, I don't know when I'll be live again, but I'll make sure it's not 2 weeks. You know, you guys want to wait 2 weeks for a live. You guys take care. Be blessed. Stay tuned for all the content coming out on the channel. Keep supporting True School Sports. There will be more Japan content coming out in the coming days. And just thank you guys for the support. And
Till next time, like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.